across the stadium. I know that.
I hope you write that down. That's really funny.
Well, I mean, that's just what's going on, you know? I appreciate it, and thanks, brother. We're not racist, or I'm not trying to be. You know, I have some flare-ups in traffic, but overall, I'm good. You know, I'm doing my best, man. I'm out here on the front lines. I'm not trying to be, brother. And in 1994, like 70 infected monkeys got out in our town, and they literally, the police came to YMCA summer camp and let the oldest kids leave to help them look for these monkeys, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I remember like guys, they had guys with like rebel flags in their truck. I'm like, it's not a racial thing, guys. These are fucking 70, these are chimpanzees and macaws that are loose around town, you know? This isn't a gang that's moved in, you know? But I remember me and a couple of other kids, I still remember having a wet bathing suit on, cornering a chimpanzee outside of a Kenny Rogers Roasters with a police officer and 3 other kids, like, rah, 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 you know, by this drive-thru, and this woman in her, you know, dream shake she's buying or whatever, and her fucking cornbread, while we're trying to save our town from who knows what this monkey had.
From a Planet of the Apes apocalypse.
Yeah, maybe something Walter Reed missed. I think one day Elon Musk is going to put a magnet in the sky and they're all going to go right up there and just zoom to it and we'll be cured.
It's kind of amazing, but it'll lift up cars also.
Oh, okay, so you got to see, hey dude, look, just select Toyotas and some of them need to go. I remember the first Wigger went to our school. I told you guys that before. The first Wigger, this kid Brian St. Pierre went to our school and they'd never seen it before, you know, and they thought he was mentally handicapped. They put him in, they made him eat the third lunch. You know, the third lunch, a special lunch where those kids are in there. You know, they make some of their own food and then they eat it. You know, to make them have a talent. And and he was in there, dude, this Wigger. So you'd have like, you know, you have like kids who really had mental illnesses and, you know, everything, all the DS and everything. And then you'd have Brian St. Pierre wearing a Charlotte Hornets pullover, dribbling an invisible basketball all day, bro. Just posting up mental kids in the lunch line, bro. They'd never seen it. They thought he was mentally handicapped just because he wanted to, you know, play with the brothers.
What are the words, can you reveal what are some of the things that women can say to direct you in different ways?
Yeah, higher, lower, more pressure, less pressure. Can you go a little faster, please? Can you go a little slower, please? To the right, you know, to the left. Now slide. Now slide. Now. And that was a joke I did use one time in the thing. And it got a couple people to laugh, and one lady even farted a couple people over when I did. I realized yesterday how weird is this. Tell me if this is racist or not, dude. Because you're the closest thing. You're the closest thing we've ever.
Holyoke, Mass.
Is the U.S. postal system basically just like giving mail to a black guy and hoping it gets where it's supposed to go?
How's it going?
That's what I feel like.
How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? I should say.
I don't want you to do that. That's more women out there. Okay. I don't watch somebody cook while I'm laying there hungry, bro. What is this, Guantanamo Bay? You can be fed and watch it.
Holyoke, Massachusetts.
That just seems outlandish, bro. I'm not that lazy. Okay, all right. I'll pop a 10 milligram just to hit the streets. Just makes you feel a little bit of fluff.
Gotta go get a load of
they're all the same.
wood.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like
All the
wood.
antidepressants?
Oh, no. I mean, this is an antidepressant for sure.
Do?
Erection.
Really?
Makes you stout.
Okay. I thought that was Viagra.
Gives you that friar tuck, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Who?
That bow staff.
Please don't call me bruh.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Young lady.
Okay, thank you.
Not little lady, though.
This is I have a lot of rules.
No.
For someone this sleepy, I have a lot of rules.
And then after that, they had a comedy room near me. This gentleman had half a limb. And he was...
Which limb?
He was missing part of his leg, I think. Or he said he was. So he could have been faking it.
CGI or something?
I don't know what his name was. I mean, it was a CGI. It was a white dude.
Okay, sure.
I could see you having a beautiful mullet, though. And I think you, I really could, man. And I think it's time, man. I think it really would inspire you to feel like a different person. And make these guys do them, dude. Make these whites in here grow them.
Everyone, and even the fucking gooks in here too, right?
Yeah.
Some of the.
I don't know who is a gook, but yeah.
Yeah. No idea.
Smooth, bro.
When you think of me, you should think of fire.
I mean, I've said it. I just don't know who it's at. That's the problem. Yeah. That's not the problem. It's really the benefit, you know. But I'll tell you why the mob rob, because you know, my people. I don't know if you know my people, but you know, I don't know who's Steve. Yeah, but Steve, yeah, and also a billion other people. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a lot of people, bro. I've seen a lot of people sleeping in the airport. But before Bieber, some fool in China or whatever said, "This mushroom or haircut, everybody gonna wear these," right? And it was some sort of government laws. Now everyone's got bowl on their head. Click, 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 right? They all look like ghetto fucking tools, whatever, right? Where at? In China, in Asia, wherever, bro. You never had those haircuts. It's only when the K-pop stars started going crazy with the rooster hairs waiting to change it, you know? You should testify this in the impeachment hearings. This makes no sense. It would fit right in, bro. On C-SPAN? What do you think? You probably go to C-SPAN, dude.
Yeah, I think either go mullet or just commit to your roots.
Yeah, dude, you look like Yoko No, bro. You gotta do something, dude.
Yoko, no.
Yeah, oh, Yoko No, bro. Bro, you gotta do a Last of the Mohicans spoof, dude. It's just you in the woods, bro. Looking for something. I got a brother too, and he was hard to love. Now he's a little easier to love. You guys fight? No. Oh, one of us hit the other one with a chair once when we were young. Oh, really? What was that over? I don't know. One of us was wearing a disguise, so I don't remember who was who. But but it was violent. It was like one of the most violent things that ever happened to me. It was a nice chair. It was an antique. People were throwing rocks at us. There was this this one kid, definitely something was wrong with him. I mean, nothing's wrong with him by our standards. Something's not, you know, God didn't put him down here at 100%.
Oh, yeah, you know I did.
If you will. And, but him and some other kids were
Properly
throwing.
charged.
It might not have been rocks, it might have been shale stone, but it was still hard enough, dude. It's hard to when people are throwing rocks at you. It's like the Middle East, you
Were
know?
you in a...
It's like the Gaza Strip, which for a while I was really?
I tried to commit suicide.
Oh.
I tried to OD on a bottle of Theragram M. You know those
What is
vitamins?
that? Those vitamins?
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins.
And what'd you get? Just better?
I just fell asleep.
Damn. Did you get better? I was thinking like vitamins. It seemed like
They didn't have Oxycontin.
You ever cracked that joke about the suit from Spencer's Gifts?
What?
Oh wait, I forgot about that.
What?
Well, my dad bought me that Beetlejuice suit.
Yeah, with a knife in the back.
Oh, dude, my dad had to get me. I didn't tell Nick this. My dad had to get me a suit for a funeral, and it was like around Halloween or something. And my mom was out of town, so he bought me like at a Rite Aid or something. Got me like a Beetlejuice costume, right?
Like,
So-
I remember, this is the first time we've like really talked since I've seen you in a while.
Yeah, and we laughed about that in the
Hey,
parking
thank
lot.
you. I
Dying.
appreciate
it.
What's that spider in your
Appreciate
pocket?
I remember leaning down at the coffin, and it had a knife in the back of the.
And the guy got murdered.
Yeah, and the guy. They were like risky
I was
movies.
dying.
Oh my God, I'm so glad. You are a great joke
You
writer.
gotta make that
Because
up.
you just, that was
You gotta
such
make that a bit.
I did it one time and people laughed and I totally forgot.
Why did you
about it.
forget? I love that fake burn holes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And a flower was squirted.
You raise your arms as cobwebs.
Yeah, one of the arms you raised and it would play the theme from Addams Family. Dun, 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 dun. I don't think we can top that. Dude, you look Guatemalan, bro. You come in.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'll have to come back and see if I can figure it out.
Get the black, bro, you gotta get diversity on lock, bro.
I start firing all my minorities.
Yeah, dude.
I got this covered, boys.
Yeah, you start wearing one of the Coming to America hats. I saw some guy in one of those today, dude.
Some people tell me I look like Ben Affleck. Some people tell me I look like Ben Stiller. It's
Yeah.
a big difference.
You look like Ben Better, I know that.
yeah, dude. So I
Sorry, bro.
yeah.
You look like somebody who's in performance enhancing drugs to swim. That's what you look like.
Dude, you look like Rhea Perlman.
Do I really?
I got Rhea Perlman hair.
She's talented.
She is. Cheers is a good show. As soon as I feel like CBS is my cheers, because I'm always getting STDs.
But wait, I wanted to talk about orgasmic meditation because I got into that for a while. I wanted to talk about some other things, but we're gonna have to do it at a different time because
Do you know?
This is Google Pixel 9a with Gemini. It's free at Verizon, with plans starting at $30 a line. And this is Nicole asking, where the heck are you? And Gemini helping you respond in style of Shakespeare. Get Google Pixel 9a on us and our new 3-year price lock guarantee with plans starting at $30 a line.
Meaty, zingy, melty, zesty, cheesy toasty, and that's just the first bite. Italian Deli Papa. For a limited time, only at Papa Gino's.
How did you do, OM?
I was in there.
You got in and...
I was in, yeah. I was in for like 6 months. Oh, dude, I got bit by a Bichon up in Topanga Canyon touching some lady, yeah. And it was all sanctioned. This was sanctioned, you know, by the commission or whatever. This was legal. Chris has a lot of money, bro.
He does.
Dude, I was somewhere with him, and I've said this before, where a table was uneven, and he took like $800 and folded it up and put it under the table to make it even. Just so he could enjoy his coffee. And you know, I think when a woman is 30, you know, that you guys start to get that, you know, that leaky faucet syndrome where they always want a plumber to be around, you know, we're like, you know what I'm saying? The faucet's always asking for a plumber.
Oh, my faucet is constantly a leaking.
I really feel like I grew up in the stray animal belt of Louisiana, and they don't really have this anymore because everybody has pets now.
What do you mean?
But they had a long time where there was just, I felt like thousands of strays running around. Like Joey Diaz says he got bit by animals. I got jumped by a bunch of cats on my birthday once, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. And one of them, I swear to God, some of them got me on the ground, and one of them came off of a rooftop from next door. I swear to God, I still remember a couple of them were getting me and looking back and seeing one come from something in the air. And they had tons of stray animals where I was from. You had to infuse that in everything you did, wherever you went, or if you were going to hike or play ball. Cats. And that'll make you feel like a little bit too. I mean, first of all, your dad's dying, and now there's cats.
And because I would not date a single comic for the rest of my life. And that's a fact.
Look, I could get a new job. I could easily open up a poke shop.
Okay.
I could sell poke. Easily. Yep. Well, we did a bunch of mushrooms, and we didn't, I don't know, we weren't really in the race or anything, but at one point we took over a table. Somebody had a table where they had all the cups of water, and we took it over right in the middle, and I'm just flying on mushrooms at this point, dude. I mean, I'm looking, you know, the Lord's looking for me, you know, and I'm looking for him, you know. We're gonna meet up that afternoon. But and people were running by in this race, you know. There's tens of thousands of people in this race, and when they get close, someone would try to get the water, and we'd be like, no, it's for Asian people only. So you had so many people, and they're running. They have to keep going. There's a huge flow of people. They can't argue or discuss it. You'd be like, no, it's Asians only. And they're like, and they just keep on like
passing out from dehydration a quarter mile down the road.
All these Irish people stacking up at the curb at the next turn, just from boom. And all Asian people were just so happy.
Super hydrated.
Oh yeah, just flying, bro. It was just so bizarre though.
Such a great choice.
Dude, we died. We laughed for so long. We just sat there. And somebody had deserted their stand, bro. You know what I'm saying? This guy, what, Gilbert?
Yep.
He's my sidekick. He's the Jason Priestley of Siam. Can you see it a little bit?
Yeah.
Jason Priestley of Siam. Well, dude, look, bro. And the baptism, dude, I freaking still remember, dude. I remember taking a couple extra sips on some of that water, bro.
You were going like,
oh, yeah, dude, I'm staying down there. Oh, wow, Bobby met this girl probably online, you know, because he doesn't go out and do anything. So that's the only reason I thought that. I thought either that he must have met her online, or he got like I don't want to say like a Postmates or something, but he got a Postmates and you showed up. You know, he got hella lucky off a burrito. Like, that's what I was thinking. And whenever I see groups of black African American, or what do you call it, black? I say black friends are urban gentlemen. Yeah, urban, or the first 48. That's what I say. Yeah. Oh, dang.
I was like, okay, I thought you were going to put me in a headlock. You make me bath salts.
Bath salts are... people die from them, though, huh?
Yeah. Well, we're going to do the right thing with bath salts.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Where did Seinfeld come in?
Yeah, maybe she's trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, somebody rolled up.
I never thought about it. I'm gonna call her.
Yeah, man, that's swimmer's myth. They
That's
call
it.
it.
That's it.
That's
That's some hardcore stuff.
He's just. But I remember at certain areas they just had so many bees. They're like I want to say tens of thousands of bees.
Yeah.
And
But you guys were events canceled because of bees.
oh, I would say events. I would say kickball games ended early. I would say lunches ended early. One kid, a bee went up his nose, and that was horrible. And they had to get this before that. I think they had the EpiPens or whatever.
Oh, so this kid was allergic too?
Yeah, or I don't know if he's allergic, but he was one of those kids who their skin was real clear looking, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like one of those kind of premature baby kind of.
Translucent,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
like-
trans kid. Or lucent kid, I don't know what they
Yeah,
call
I think
them.
they're called lucents.
Yeah, one of those lucents, dude. So they got, For my mom, she would get mad that my dad wouldn't spank us. Of course, he's 76 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really have the physical acumen to be out there swinging paddles. So she would make him chase us around the house,
Man,
right?
that's a lot of
Which
fingers.
is so easy to get away from a 76-year-old. Alarmingly easy. So what we would do is we would go under the bed, and then my dad would like get a belt and he would like get down on the floor. It would take him 30 seconds to get down on the floor, right? We'd be under the bed like screaming like we were scared, but dying laughing. And then he would like stroll the belt under the bed, like try to swing it at us, and we would scream as if we'd been hit, even though we had not. We were literally covering our mouths like just with laughter, you know. We had to pretend like we were getting spanked.
In one moment you can be on top of the podium, and the next you're searching for answers.
So my mom in the next room would be like, "Oh, they're getting spanked," and then she would cut him some slack, you know. Dude, I used to have those buzzer underwear, bro. They put these underwear on you when the urine would hit them, a buzzer would go off. Oh my God! I'm not joking. Look them up online. This ain't no joke, bro. So I went to my grandparents. My mother didn't tell them that I had these, right?
I'm really hoping these are a real thing and not just like a torture device your parents put on you.
Not at all.
They ate by themselves.
This doctor gave it to us, dude. This dude was a bona
Looks like
fide.
Google.
This dude was a bona fide doctor. So we went there. I got the electric pants on, dude. You know?
Looks like Google.
I'm getting my rest. Probably a buzzer underwear for urinators. I would Google buzzer underwear for urinators. So then, but they didn't tell my grandfather, right? So they had a small house, bro, a big house. So my fuck to just buzz, like he wakes up middle of the night, dude. I'm not on fire, but I'm buzzing hard, bro. Because I had apple juice, man. I'm pissed good on apple juice, dude. I'm spray out on the AJ. So I'm in there just buzzing, dude. I didn't know. He came in. Yeah. Would you rather be blind or dickless, dude? These days, probably dickless, I think. I had a blind kid in my neighborhood when I was growing up. And, actually, no, this dude was deaf, actually. And they beat him up for bad magic. Because he was always doing all of this. So people thought he was doing magic with no tricks, and they beat him. So, I actually used to do it. I had a deal where we used to, I remember selling, I got caught up in this outfit where we were tattooing guinea pigs and selling them after Green Day concerts, man. Selling them after the concerts.
They just shave them and tattoo them?
Yeah, these dudes would shave and tattoo them $25 and we'd sell them because people was coming out of there on ecstasy. And they wanted more animal. $30, $25, you get an animal.
More animal? Genius. For eating, petting, squeezing, sleeping.
You're out of rape. You're out rape.
Friendship. People what do you think was you? I thought they would put up their asses or something on their maybe.
Nobody's putting a guinea pig up their ass.
Pervert. Friendship. Ah, goddamn, I'm like, is that a guinea pig tattoo with Green Day on it? I'll think too, man. It's kind of genius because you just said it. Like, you know, when you're done raving, you might want a warm animal. You want a warm animal.
Well, some people, if you don't have something, you get out of the rave and on the drugs, and everybody's out there. You're not gonna. What are you gonna get? You're gonna just lay there by yourself with your hands?
Yes, I might do. They're tattooed guinea pigs who are shaved.
Well, you're gonna brush your creek. You probably have like a Gatorade or something. Don't do all that. You gotta have somebody there with you.
You're just gonna drag your fingertips across the palms of your hands.
Yeah, like this over and over.
Now, don't look weird when you can have a tattooed warm animal in your hands. And don't be weird by tattooed warm animal shaved. They tattoo on the guinea pig.
Just something basic, like a star or like this Marilyn Manson type of hat, basically like a top hat kind of thing, or just something that weird. Yeah, 3 or 4 things, almost like those Christmas cookie maker things.
Yeah.
Almost something like that, basically.
Poor little guinea pig must be traumatized because that's needles on its skin. And he's like, I don't want to be jumped into your biker gang.
Dude, if you believe that guinea pigs have that much intuition and feeling, I mean, like the bottom of the picture. Once I started growing my hair, first of all, because people were like, oh, people don't like gay people where you're from, and I was like, we've been wearing women's haircuts since I was a kid.
We've been cross-dressing forever.
You know how many lesbians I've sat next to when I got my hair done? Growing up? Countless, dude, at least 9. At the lunch table, we get some kids who were males, or a couple of them might have been males, and a couple of kids who were we get there and sit them up, make them drink milk, and then tell jokes and do stuff until one of us just blew milk out of your face, you know? And if you get some straight up, just a couple males, boy, some straight up solid off humans, you get them for straight up blow leche out their nose, dude. That's America right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I knew, I was like, oh, I got some kind of a gift here, you know? I almost blew the throat out of this one boy. I almost blew the throat out of this one boy named Todd. T-O-T was his name. Kind of a bad name, too, to be mentally challenged. But also easy for him to spell. And, I'm not joking, that's what his father said. And, easy for him to spell backward and forward. Same name, Todd. So, that's true, man.
Was this guy's his name was Todd?
Why are you so laughing at him?
It's just a funny sounding name, that's all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny, I guess. Todd.
Yeah, well, let's
Todd.
talk about Todd.
Sometimes he would just say T-O-T was his name, but I knew it was Todd.
Yeah.
You try to spell it out, like you're just tricking me.
There weren't that many female comics like when I started. Like now, there's like a ton, but
No.
I felt like
It was like you, Barry Sobel.
Judy Tenuta,
Yeah.
Phyllis Diller.
No, there weren't as many.
To a gay man would be fun because there's a feminine energy to him that would be like almost like having a girlfriend.
It's the largest Pomeranian you can have if you're a woman. Is a gay husband. Yeah.
Yes.
That guy used to tell us he'd give you $30 just to tell you he'd been jerking off, this older dude. I remember when I was young. He used to say that, I'd be like, look, I'm gonna tell you something, alright? And he's like, alright. And he'd say, I've been jerking off. Give me $30. No, and then he would give us $30 to keep quiet. Because we were children, but he wasn't supposed to be saying it to us.
Oh, he paid you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not paying him for him to tell me that. I don't give a fuck. I assumed that when I met him. But here was the thing, though. I never even got to this, dude, was that... So, my sister, one time, we lived together for a while, right? And this is probably about 8 years ago. This other dancer that worked with her came over to our place, right? Stole our vacuum. She was on these Klonopins.
I can tell when someone's lying, it's kind of a thing I do. Who are you? I can for this surprise.
Everything, and then she got all fucking, warm under the skin one night on them pills, fucking pull our vacuum,
As you do.
I wasn't there when she stole it, but literally I could picture her probably trying to put it in her purse, like the stick in the purse and the fucking huge vacuum hanging out, right? Dude, fast forward, year and a half, right? I'm not even living with my sister anymore. I'm in New Orleans for a bachelorette party or somewhere, or a bachelor party. They got the big money deal, right? They reel in one of those cakes where the women pop out, like the fake cake, and they pop out and they dance, right? One of the chicks that pops out is the bitch that stole my vacuum, bro, right? So everybody else, I have no idea. I totally forgot about this. Oh, everybody else is tipping these bitches and fucking, shaking both of their ass cheeks at the same time, with each hand, like they're, like doing it really fast.
Vote for me.
Yeah, like vote for me with both hands.
Yeah, vote for me.
And here I am in the background, and all I can think is that bitch stealing the vacuum, dude. Bro, I had half of a nerve to just the whole time just make vacuum sounds in the back, just like. I was so pissed, bro.
What'd she do when she saw you?
Huh?
What did she do when
She acted like she didn't know. And that's the thing I don't like about people, I guess, that steal vacuums is when they see you, they act like you don't remember. Like, I'm not going to remember you stole a vacuum from... I wasn't on kilometers. I wasn't on Somas, you know?
How do you get away with a vacuum? Like, doesn't someone, if I was in an apartment building and I saw someone who was on like Klonopins with a vacuum just running down the stairs, bless you.
Well, it's half of America. It's half of the neighborhood.
Why can't they give you a vacuum? I mean, if you came over my house with a vacuum, what can I give you? A small 15?
How does it at least start?
I think it's, no, it's not enough. What if it goes kaput? I have to go down the block. I'm no vacuum mechanic. But I know there's a little fuck in there. And when you hit something up the belt breaks, like I used to have a Kirby vacuum. And they come with a package of belt. I couldn't do it. I went with the vacuum from the mom and take it out, put the vacuum on it. You gotta pick a dish, you gotta plug it, and the vacuum will suck your fingers in. So nice to you.
What kind of human can't fix a vacuum? That's what I want to annihilate you. Bobby's
So
probably... Bobby, it's crazy. Even Bobby versus a black baby, I'd be Bobby. And that's wild. You don't use a black baby.
Black babies are the cutest, yeah.
Paper rocks black baby. Black baby wins every time, dude. When you paper Bobby black baby, dude, Bobby beats black baby sometimes, man. But the only game I ever went to with the Lakers was when Kobe scored 81 points. That's the only game I've ever been to in my whole life. And I shared like a bowl of peanuts in like some fancy club lounge. It was for players only, I think. And then I got a picture of Chris next to Chris Rock by the bathroom. And he was not happy about it. And I made his wife take it. He asked his wife to take it. Didn't make her do anything. This isn't Me Too. What did we have? We had this dude named Brian Purb. It's the first wig I ever, you know. And they don't have him anymore. They have a couple left, I think, outside of maybe Cincinnati. But he was like the first white kid that ever wanted to be black, and they'd never seen him. And they put him in mentally handicapped classes because they really had to. Really challenged. Is that what they used to do with wiggers? Yeah. Well, they didn't know. They'd never seen him. Yeah, so they put him in there. Wow. So they had people that were really, people that were just, didn't know what was going on. Yeah. People, blind, people that were, free-base victims, all kind of stuff like that. Yeah. You just had Brian's Kurt was just dribbling invisible basketball. Just wearing like Charlotte Hornets pullover, starter pullover, 8-packs, and just was blowing menthol. Yeah. Like, oh, man. What he had is Brian still in the institution? Was out? No, he's out. Somebody sent me a picture the other day. I think he's in prison somewhere. He's in jail or in or out of jail. But yeah, I wish he's a nice kid. He still looks the same. Had nice eyes. I remember that he had pretty eyes for a young fella that had a rare disease, Yeah. But he was one of the wildest looking. Because people didn't know what was going on. We don't know, Yeah. Science doesn't know. Yeah. And he was just, nothing was wrong. He was just, he watched the kill and he was rap out and he just watched Space Jam all the time. He listened to Boys to Men. He just blew it up. Once you popped up into like rap, you're like, God, what happened? Are we gay? What happened? I saw some pictures and you had like a kind of a V-cut dress. And it was like about, 10% a titty on each side.
Holyoke, man.
What? Peeking out, boy.
Yeah, I brought it.
Around the side,
I put my phone in that, and I was going to tell you specific how to use these stilettos.
Okay, call stilettos if you want. I call them working hands. I am a healthy 6'1".
Oh, nice.
Recently been tested, totally chill on the up and down.
Well,
I grew up in Covington, Louisiana, and our town's famous. Lee Harvey Oswald went to our middle school. Pistol Pete Maravich lived and died in our town. Really? Two good shooters, that's the joke that I use on that. I think I just thought this was the only way, and I did hair, And I just,
did hair.
I spit into her hair.
Got it, over.
Yeah, and this is just, when I look back on it now, I'm like, this is the only
Now
way.
you love a woman you spit on the front of her hair. So
Now I'll just lick under their chin.
you were close. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
If a
fun.
guy did that to me, I would not be able to stop laughing. You're like,
He's like, to go take a picture. Like father.
45 minutes.
It's called the Virginia Mud Trail. Have you heard about that? It's okay.
I thought it was the Nantucket Wine Tasting.
Yeah, it's different. That's when you had a great.
Nantucket sleigh ride intersects with something licking your.
Yeah, that's when you eat grapes out from under somebody's arm. And that's Marina Del Rey wine. Must bang with our words, huh?
Right.
So.
Too a little bit. So old that.
Yeah, he was so like the kid in school be like, my dad can beat up your dad, and I'd be like, your dad has more organs than my dad. But my dad used to bang your grandmother. And it was true because there was a girl in my elementary school class who my dad used to hook up with the grandmother in the early 30s.
Back to the secret, you know what I mean? My dirty little secret. And one time I was with my boyfriend and I had put deodorant on, and I guess his lips or his mouth was on something, and then I kind of opened my eyes and I just saw him go. I was like, you know when you get deodorant in your mouth, like it's such an unmistakable consistency.
Oh, definitely, dude.
That like part of your tongue like goes numb.
Oh, that's called I think it's called a Hartford back alley. Yeah. It's not in Connecticut, that's at Hartford back alley. And you actually lick a girl's arm and you deodorant in your mouth. Yeah.
And like, you know how it gets real dry? Like on your tongue.
Because it's an anniversary. So it takes all the moisture out of your tongue.
Hopefully you just got that like sandpaper on the tip of your tongue. And I saw him because I remember he did it and I like squinted just to look over to see what he was like.
My buddy used to do that when his grandmother would be too loud. He put a little bit of deodorant on her tongue.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. It would quiet down a little bit. She didn't mind it, I don't think, because it's a bit of attention. But one thing I want to say is this. So, tell, first of all, which put you out of my dating class, I like a motel, you know what I'm saying? I like thin windows, you know what I'm talking about? I like it when a truck goes by, you fucking what it was, just from the Morse code of that. You know, I like that thing. I like flies in the room.
Yeah, I'm going to Holyoke.
I feel like when you come in, you already have roommates. You don't know where they are. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Just dirty. 6 and 4, baby.
I who got
Baby
6
Blazers.
and who got 4? What, is
No, that was our schedule. 6 is the win. You only do the wins first.
Okay, got 6 and 4. Got it.
Yeah, 6 and 4 baby Blazers, dude. And one of our players had to quit at 12 because he got a woman pregnant, too.
At 12?
Yeah, and it was a black guy.
A woman or a girl?
He got a girl.
How old was she?
They were in love, I guess. They were children, you know.
Yeah.
She was probably 16.
Because he wasn't trying to get her pregnant by spitting on the back of her neck. He did it the right way. He knew how to get it done.
I'm glad the birds and the beanstalk that I got came from a hairdresser. That's the one thing I'm happy about. I used to work on this farm in the summertime, the house at Natchez, Mississippi. And they had, and this dude, Don Blankenstein, was the pool guy every year, right? And he'd come out there, and I'd keep an eye on him. He was there, weighed probably 700 or 800 pounds, bro. You know what I'm saying? He broke the gate every time he come in. He fucking, he was out, you know. He gets in the pool, trust me, nobody's drowning. All the water's out, and the kid who's sick is laying right there. It's just awesome. No, he was the guy who came to put the cleaner in the pool. And so, when he'd open the gate, right, every time he'd walk through it, he'd bring both sides of the gate. Like he was just he was gonna die soon, you know, when you saw him. You know, so you treated him well. And that's one thing I like sometimes about seeing people who remind you how to treat other people. Because you're like, oh, this person isn't gonna be alive very long, so you would be extra nice to him. And so, but then Don, one summer, I'm out there laying by the pool, and this skinny guy, you know, he's gonna fit through the gate with 90 of them. You know, Quintana was so bad. And he comes through the gate and he keeps talking. And I'm thinking the guy's kind of a, you know, peppermint hunter, bro. You know what I'm saying? A little tender. And it turns out it's Don Blankenstein. He got the stomach thing. He lost all the weight. And he was a different person. He wasn't the same. I don't know, it wasn't the same. Our relationship was never the same when we lost the weight. Well, no worries, keep doing this in a little bit. We're going to do an Aziza Ansari act out in case like we're at the same place and he doesn't rest, you know?
Is she on Tylenol PM?
She wasn't.
So she's 22 and she's smarter than I am.
22 is like, you know, Tylenol PM.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's the Tylenol PM of age. But no, we will do a thing in a little bit where when it's not only in September, we're how a man should behave around
A woman who's intoxicated.
Who wants to rest.
I almost said incarcerated. It started to kick in.
And make sure you get one of those right, because the intoxicated role play and the incarcerated role play.
Very different role, different orifices. Right?
Totally different. Yeah. Well, you're tall too. It's not fun for a tall girl, really, honestly.
Oh no! Really?
I mean, here's the thing. I come in, I'm that Polish bad boy. I roll into 6 feet, you know. You know, that Polish Nicaraguan or something that, you know, I roll into that, you know.
It is fun. One woman, you can give comfortable and it makes no such promises.
Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes.
Go back to the seat next and needed to stay quiet.
Listen, you see this Formula 1 driver next to you? You're racing against the drivers in the world.
What's at stake?
Everything. Anthony spins!
You okay?
Wow, I can't see shit.
Driving, and now we're running a teenager.
So to the quick, huh?
Kimi Antonelli in the underlay.
So much pressure on Kimi Antonelli.
Oh, it's really coming down, huh? Holy, I can't even see the road. What the fuck?
I'm 2 steps ahead. Maybe a step ahead. We've got big goals this game. I built this. Level by level. Box by box. I've reached the top. New game. Same dedication. No ads, never. I don't even need my bucket. No risk, no rewards. It's time to level up. This is royalty. You think this is a game? It is.
Just that basic height and so. And it's hard. Definitely, you gotta really, you got a little bit more of a plan. You gotta really want to put that in.
Feel strain?
That strain, boy.
Strain,
You know? Makes you just, it'll cure Down syndrome, bro. I beat it.
How you can beat it?
There was a lot of rumors in my town that I beat Down syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's inspiring, man.
That's how I felt when I heard them. Because I didn't start them. And that's one of the things that's beautiful about sometimes being in a small town is, you know, it doesn't take long for you to hear yourself. The best joke I ever heard, some guy said, I don't even know who said it, he said, when I masturbate these days, it looks like 2 white guys getting out of a submarine.
On for the Red October.
I thought that was the best joke ever. Here's one of my favorite jokes. What's the last thing you want to hear when you're giving a book to Willie Nelson?
What?
I'm not Willie Nelson. I don't know who told me that. Oh God, that's a good joke. Hey, that's one the thing, I mean, there's just more, I mean, not in like a, if I know you know, but if I just see you, dude, walking by, more than you? Oh, dude, I'm like, goodness. Bro, you look like a mechanic from Nordstrom Rack, dude. That's the problem, dude. You're like, damn, I didn't know Nordstrom Rack did tires, you know? This dude looks like a fuck. Yeah.
I'm hooking up with one of these guys, and I'm like, you idiot. You get to hook up with me right now? I don't do this all the time. I don't, like, hook up.
Yeah.
And I just was, but I was feeling so great that night, and it was such a fun night that I was like, I deserve this. I deserve to get this night. And so I...
Thinking about bowling alley tonight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Break out the buckets of gravel in the distance. Let's, you know, let's party, dude. Back, you know, hey, fire away.
Rock's ready.
Fire away.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure how it comes together, like how
There's no plan.
what the pomade situation is. If anything, like I'm so curious if there's like a dry shampoo or is there an Ellen's gel? Is this like a hot oil? Is there
It might be a VO5.
is there a glue gun involved? I'm just not sure.
Oh, it's all, but the bag is all them up at Michael's Crafts.
There is a very mysterious process involved in it. Like, can people touch it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's edible, dude. And so many fucking raccoons come out when I'm out outside of my yard. Like, it's so
Like
many.
that?
Oh yeah. We didn't have a lot of Asians, man. We had a. There was a rumor of an Asian when I was first.
What was his name?
I'm not sure.
What was the rumor?
The rumor was, and I've talked about this before. Yeah. Talked about this before. They had a rumor that there was an Asian kid, right? And this is after, because we got a Latino. We got a Latino kid.
Not a family, just one kid.
Congratulations. One guy. Nicholas was his name. He had a little bit of light facial hair. Everybody was fired up about that. There was a lot of rumors and stuff going on about that. Because people had never seen that with children, you know? Would be light hair on the face? Yeah, like this. Yeah. People were like, he's trying to grow a sideburn on his chin. Yeah. So
What Scorpio?
One shampoo.
No, I'm wearing Gucci Flora.
Oh, whoa, it's showboat, huh? I was hoping you had a little bit of Garnier in front. Get a bag. 30-pound bag of hemp, like, I mean, that's...
This is Google Pixel 9a with Gemini. Right now it's free to Verizon. The plan's starting at $30 a month. And this is Nicole asking, where the heck are you? So you're gonna ask Gemini to text, I lost my phone to the couch. And then rewrite it to sound like Shakespeare. Because you're late, but still funny. Get Google Pixel 9a on us, and I'm with your price lock guarantee. The plan's starting at $50 a month. On Verizon.
There's not as much meat. There's very little bone in a hamster, but a ham's got. A ham probably has like a quart, like an 1/8 ounce chest plate, right? You can't even make a wish on it, you know? There's nothing in there. Where do you get all those meat? That's where they breed them from. I used to work for this group. They used to sell tattoo guinea pigs after they tattoo them. Yeah, they used to brand them. Contracts and raise. They would say it's a tattoo just to make people not feel just sad about it. But it was a brand, of what? We're like, name, bro. For what? What is that? Oh, 311, 3 Day, anything like a different band. Toadies. That's right. Toadies, Acid Man. Who else? Brave. We used to truck these hams into the city and bend them, bro. We did, man. Because there wasn't much work in our town, dude. You know, you had to get they had a man that bred hamsters, and they had to do these tattoos, and they that up. That's a merger. That's big business, you know. And they started a merger. They started doing it.
Man, I got this 300 pounds in my house and shit. But I was like, you know what, man? I'm a pretty good tattoo artist.
So we can see that.
And then I'm a merger is
This one girl I knew, like there was so much squirting sometimes. Like I would like check to see if she was okay. Like it was like it was almost biblical, you know, a couple of chapters of it. It was just like this is, you know, I felt bad. Like the cat would come around because he thought I'd cut the faucet off. Like this kind of like the first Asian I ever saw. Well, I saw some drawings, right? I remember definitely seeing a lot of drawings when we were kids of ages because they're easy to draw. So a lot of kids would draw Asians, right? After that, true story, the next Asian I ever saw, the closest real Asian, was that picture in the Guinness Book of World Records when there's like an Asian, like 17 Asian kids on a bicycle. Remember that one?
Yeah, that's it.
That was the first. And see what they can do, you know? And it made me like, it made us do cool stuff on our bike. And
So and then there was a rumor when I was about 14 that there was an Asian boy. There was a rumor there was an Asian boy about 17 miles away from us. And me and two of my buddies, one of them had a bad neck, his fell out pretty bad. You know, that fifth appendage, the neck, you don't think about it. You gotta strengthen it. His was real lean. Barely almost had to walk around like this and almost move his whole leg was on. He and I and another kid got together and decided we were going to see this Asian. This real Asian. So we saved up money to cut grass for about 6 weeks and saved up money to get a taxi.
Just to see this guy?
Yeah. Okay. To Slidell, Louisiana, town, isn't it? And
you just went to his house?
No, it was the address that we got.
Oh, how'd you get this address?
Dude, you can get information. Okay. Okay. And this is back before the internet too. This would be an ask around and then guess a little. And we went to see him. Tried to go see him, and it was just a Chinese food restaurant.
He's Chinese food.
It wasn't a real Chinese person. It was just, I think, some kind of white people in hats. And it was like, I don't know, might have been like a Mexican Jewish guy. But, girl in our town, we liked this big girl. One time we ate some ass, and we locked this big girl into a room at this party. And we kept going in there with some warm water. Like, pouring it on, I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look. Those kids were on acid, dude. And then, bro,
You can't tell me this too up straight. You gotta tell me how much you locked the girl.
I just remember.
How old were you?
I just remember. Probably 16. And here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. Wait a minute, tell how this she ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us, dude. And what happened was, and we kept going. But not like torches, but she wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, free range in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And then one time we went in, bro, we heard this loud sound. And she had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro. And just moved the entire wall of this house, dude. Huge girl, about 240 pounds. Beautiful girl, too. The most beautiful, biggest girl that I've ever known. Beautiful girl, beautiful hair, beautiful face, large, but she lifted, bro. I think my first love, I was in love with my buddy's mom, actually, dude, and I used to sneak over into their hamper, it's kind of crazy, and huff the cup, bro. She had this big, hiding the cups, man. Just smell that thing as hard as I could until my freaking lungs almost blew out.
Very awkward, being like, no boy will ever like me or see me as someone that they would
really
date.
I could see that long breads they got to get at it.
Thank you.
Want to carve up on that puss. You don't think that people would want to, they split a bad dessert and, you know what I'm saying?
Why do I feel like this isn't Maggiano's?
Exactly.
Where were you picturing? That's right. Why did
I told Crystalia that it's like every angry waiter at a macaroni grill and died laughing, even though he'd never been a macaroni grill. And that's the power of Crystalia. Just knows when something is fun.
And he just get why he is more specific the funnier. Yeah, it's so fun.
I went to not rats, the limousine of rats. Parrot. And I had to share a room one night with two of those.
No! Wait, has he said that before?
Oh, I'll tell you this story.
Wait, has he said limousine of rat before? That is so...
No, it's not mine. Fairies, you're the answers on these facts.
That's what you are truly...
No, you were mine.
Know that...
I was going to say S, I'm not going to say.
You are so funny, and I can't let the limousine of rats of Barrett go.
If that's the funniest thing we've said in this episode, then we're not...
What are you kidding me?
I think you look great.
No, I think that is the funniest thing, and I'm fine saying that's the funniest thing I've ever been a part of ever. That's so funny.
Leave out of there, dude, you feel like, damn, just, John Wayne Gacy or whatever. He's the, John Wayne.
Yeah, Gacy's a serial killer. But you feel like, you know, like you have like, you know, in your fingertips, you have the magic.
Yeah.
Because you got a woman off, you didn't get anything, you didn't bust, so you got all this chi built up, so you're rolling around town with a magic touch, you know, you got that King Midas, you know, you got that clitoral King Midas you're running around. If you were sent back to the Roman Empire with a full Char's eye from it, you could take over the world, dude. You know, dude, I think they would probably put you up and would say you're gay, and then you want to be honest, you know, like, unfortunately, it was not this young lady up that was from South Dakota. She was on a reservation, yeah. And she, like, threatened to have the baby. Oh, man, how old were you? 37. This year. It was this year. And she went in, she threatened to have the baby, dude, and I just met her in a motel. And she threatened to have a baby, man.
Hello and welcome to Trigonometry. I'm Francis Foster.
I'm Constantine Kiss.
And this is a show for you if you want honest conversations with fascinating people.
Our brilliant guest today is already taking the piss out of us. It's the amazing American comedian Theo Von. Welcome to Trigonometry.
You guys have, we call it autism. I don't know what you guys call it, bro, but we got it. So my trick is this, I'll go outside at night, right? I'll stand with the yard behind me. Big raccoons start coming out. They see it. And then I go like that, and we turn your raccoon and say, oh brother, take a bite out of the kid. I was, dude. Took a huge bite out of it. Oh my god. Eating everything. I took it right out. And these guys like my karate, everything in this world is crap. Fucking did right in this. Right in if you bought it. That's the way to do it. That stops karate all the time. Because I don't care what type of karate, nothing, got no defense for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Well, what if you're going to fight you? And hold on, I call the main jack. Because I don't want to get me told. But they fucking about them. And they fight your ass, too. I actually just got fat recently, like this past year. Killing it doesn't mean I'm serious, man. And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody that's bigger or not. You know, I might be gay when I get older. So you never know. To me, you never know what life has kind of in store for you, you know, or what's around the next turn. I don't put anything out of it. That's why when people say, like, you know, they have issues with gays or they have issues.
You take hundreds of credit cards a day, you feel comfortable that Spectrum is keeping customers' information safe.
How's everybody doing this morning? Kind of just sitting here doing like
Fads or whatever, like, that could be you next week, and that could be, that's why I don't put anything out. But I did it anyway, but the whole time, why, you've seen your body. They've never seen your body. Right, what are you laughing? Because they're laughing at my body. Oh, they're laughing so hard it makes me want to laugh. I think you've been waiting your whole life to see your body, and this you decided to do it. No, that's not it. I didn't see my body. Do I have mirrors? Yeah, but you could also not see your body if you want. Like, I'll go sometimes, you know, I remember one time I went like 8 months without seeing my leg. Then we left with a big girl one time, we did some ass, and we locked with a big girl in the room in this park, and we kept going in there, but hot, more water. I poured it on, I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look, we was kids, and we're on acid, dude. And then, bro, can't tell me this stood on the street, you know, tell me I'm mushroom, locked the girl. I just remembered. How old were you? I just remembered. Probably 16. I know, but here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. That way it makes it sound not as bad. She ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us. Nigga, what happened was, and we kept going to the room with like this pots of water. I don't know why we had pots of water, because I think we just were top too. And we would really like pour a little on her. But not like torture, but she wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, you know, free range in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And then one time we went in, bro, we heard this loud sound and we went in, and she had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro, and moved the entire wall of this house, dude. Huge girl, about 240 pounds. Beautiful girl, too. The most beautiful, biggest girl that I've ever known.
Beautiful girl, beautiful hair, beautiful face. Large, but she got lifted, bro. I remember one time I got stuck in a tunnel. My car broke down in a tunnel in Pittsburgh, and I had to defecate extremely. That's French, actually. Yeah. And I had to defecate, and so I got in my back seat of my car, and I didn't have any choice. This was like, it was like something got into my body, like a pink eye got into my stomach, and all the shit in my body was coming out of my body. Yeah, it was like in your stomach. Yeah, it was like, hey, we need all this shit out of here. I had gingivitis was in my stomach. Yeah. I got diarrhea from that too. Yeah. Really? Yeah. I don't know how I got down. And I had to defecate into a frisbee. I had an upside down frisbee was all I had. Really? Be real. Yeah. What? And so I'm in this tunnel. There were cars whizzing by. Here's the crazy thing. Extremely hard to do when cars go by 50, 60, 70 miles an hour and furious too. Yeah, furious. Like, and also white people. Like, it was Pittsburgh, so it's furious white people going by. I can, if other people, certain ethnicities, I can shit easier than the other, honestly. Like if a couple of brothers are rolling by blasting good music, I can blow ass all day in the fridge. It's no problem. Part of everything is everybody's simply one like that. Yeah. But an angry white dudes, rolling by, 6, 7. Well, they would probably call somebody too. Oh, they weren't calling anybody. I mean, the only free finger they had, they were waving it out the window. They weren't using it to dial the phone. So you shit on a frisbee. I had to shit in the open, not the top part, but the bottom part. The frisbee is basically a cup, basically the size. A plate. It's a plate. Well, a plate is just a cup. That's
Wait,
no,
so let me get this straight. Hang on. Are you
a plate is
still
just wide.
driving?
No.
Are you pulled over?
Oh, I pulled over the car. I think honestly, I don't know how to get it.
Why did you have to
I was in a
plate
tunnel.
underneath?
That's why if you're really old, I feel like you should almost, I don't want to say like bathe in milk, but you want to get the suppositories or something. You want to, just high calcium in your ass or whatever you got to do to cut them up. To get marrow heavy. I'm serious. Yeah. How old are you? I'm in my 40s. Are you really? Yeah, older than that actually, just a little bit. No offense. Yeah. Because of the beanie? Oh, maybe that's it. You seem like a nice guy. Virgin power is so strong. Is it? Virgin? Oh, dude, that's crazy. Oh, somebody parked a Volkswagen Rabbit on this guy's leg one time outside of our schoolhouse, and I saw a Virgin lifted right off the foot. Wild. And this was in. It's like the movie Powder. What are you talking about?
Have you seen if you're on stories like that? I've never seen a virgin pick up a car.
A buddy of mine had a bed, and I was sleeping under his bed for $150 a month. Oh, wow. And sometimes even in his bed sometimes. When he would be out of town or we would leave for work, I'd climb up into his bed, dude. And I've never been heavily homosexual, but I will say this, that there's nothing really gayer than getting into a man's warmth after he's already left the room, climbing up into his bed.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction who have started treatment with a dose of opiate morphine or being treated.
Oh my God. Poor fucking Lee, man. Dude, it's so funny, sometimes when I'm not even joking about, when I need to think about something good, dude, I think about Lee, man.
What's the deal with everything?
My great-grandfather didn't have legs, so you got to expect that, I'm gonna have lean calves. We're just still sprouting them out,
Still working on the family lineage of that.
Dude, it'll be another 3 generations before we got some fucking, beefy low pieces in our jeans. Our place was a pet shop. It had a pet shop in the front, and low-key in the back, they was doing, sexual offerings. Oh. But and my buddies, they were real perverts, And I'm in there looking at these fucking parakeets and all kind of parrotlets.
Cool hedgehogs?
Birds mostly, dude. It's a fucking jungle, bro. Hedgehogs? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Look, it's Montana. They had real beautiful animals in there. And everybody else is trying to come in the back, and I'm trying to catch one of these fucking beautiful parrotlets out there.
You don't think now just be dead honest. You think you bought a cheap parrot and you got your dick stuffed in the back?
I do remember what happened. They had some. We went in the back, and I got super nervous, and then I left, and and then.
What did your buddy say? Did they fuck a toucan or something?
I don't know how strange it got, but the funny thing to me was the parrots knew a lot of English, and they would mimic a lot of sexual things they'd heard, like, oh, get that body,
And it was so crazy.
Use a candle. Use a candle. I'm about to blast. I'm the White guy cheat. White guy cheat. White guy cheat. White guy cheat.
I think that's what they said after the white guys left. White guy cheap. I didn't like to party. I just like to put myself in a crazy situation.
Fuck yeah, me too.
You know?
That's what I was thinking about the whole time you're saying that. I go, I don't miss the drugs. I miss the 6 o'clock on the diner or waking up and some girl gives you a Audi to drive home. You're like, what the fuck just happened last night?
Yeah. Dude, I was in Louisville one time, came out of a show. They had a big group in a limousine. They invited me to go to an after party with them, right? I was like, I'm only coming if my boy can come. And they're like, who's your boy? And I'm like, LeCedric. They had a brother nearby, right, wearing this Louis Vuitton jacket, dude. Probably about 60% homeless, right? And they're like, that's your boy? I had to talk to this dude, right? I was like, yeah, that's my boy. And like, all right, he can come. So I fucking walk over him looking right in the eyes. And I was like, what's up, man? I'm Theo. He's like, LeCedric. And I was like, all right, dude, I told these people you're my friend. You ever been in a limousine? He's like, nah. I was like, all right, come get in with us. Just act like you're my friend, right? We're going to a party. He's like, all right, man. So we go in the limo, bro. We're in there, hot chicks, dudes, people fucking. LeCedric kept saying, we're friends. That's what he kept saying out loud, right? Kind of fucking not the best actor, bro. Dude, we get to this house party. It's a nice, cool fucking party, bro. I'm downstairs, I'm in the kitchen. Somebody's making us a drink. I'm talking to somebody. Fucking 6 minutes later, I hear fucking somebody scream. I hear a window break, right? Somebody comes running down. They said some dude just stole like 4 purses out of the coat room upstairs and fucking jumped out a window.
That would have been me, dude.
And that was fucking LeCedric, bro. And that was like, and everybody there was like crying and pissed. And some girl was like furious because all her tampons were in there or something. I remember she got pissed. She was a tough girl. And we're on this bus, right? Yeah. And the big rule of this young kid's rule was, who wasn't sleeping, was no shit on this bus, right? And the first day I was like, guys, don't use the restroom. But after about 40 hours of no sleep, he's like, I dare somebody to shit on this motherfucker, right? So literally we're on like day 3 on one of these tours, and we're somewhere. And it's fucking 11 o'clock at night, right?
Yeah.
And I tell this dude, bro, Miss Margaret, who is the older karaoke
Miss
woman.
Margaret, yeah.
Just shit in the shit, right? And this dude has not slept, bro. He's doing it all, no-nos, whatever, driving a fucking $500,000 bus, right, with 7 human beings living in it, and whatever girl who was banged and is still asleep in one of these, pods, who's gonna wake up in White Plains, New York, and have 2 options: 1, take a Greyhound home, or 2, be our merch girl. Be our merch girl, which really was nothing because there was no merch. Be our merch girl. So next thing you know, this lady comes out of the bathroom. She probably just urinated or put on some extra lipstick, right? But I'm like, dude, Miss Margaret just took a shit in there, right? So this dude fucking pulls the bus over on the interstate, has lost his mind, jumps out of his seat, jumps on Miss Margaret, right? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Starts literally choking this lady out on the floor, bro. I'm not joking. Miss Margaret's partner, Mr. Dan, right, who is the male karaoke guy, literally cannot bend over to help because he had a bad back, right? He had best posture I've ever seen. Yeah. Also think he had a rod in his back, or maybe 2 rods. Yeah. But could not bend down to help, so he's just like yelling. I'm like, should I get somebody to help? Should I not get somebody to help, bro? This is hella fucking exciting, right? Yeah. It's midnight, and there's a fucking the skinniest guy ever who hasn't slept in 2.5 days choking out an adult woman who's selling hangover beverages and doing karaoke.
Scooping up shit. Imagine if your grandma just shit all over your lawn. Just go out on the lawn, she shits in the yard, shits on the lawn, like, oh, grandma's out there shit, I'm gonna go clean up her shit.
Yeah.
I love her, but God, I hate cleaning her shit.
Yeah, I would hate cleaning up probably human shit for some reason. But I remember...
More than dog shit?
Well, when I was a kid, they had a boy in our neighborhood named Mario, right? And he was, dude, he ended up dying, actually. He did some pills and drove into an embankment. But when I was young, he would shit in his yard, make me bury it. And that's how I was allowed to be friends with him.
How did he make you bury it?
He just asked me to do it, and I was afraid not to do it.
He said, yo, dude, you're not going to believe this, but I took a shit, and it's out my yard. I can't even bury it because I'll throw up. Do me a favor and go bury it?
Yeah. He was dark, man. He had a real dark vision. And he would, I mean, he probably, honestly, dude, he probably shit 200, 300 times and I buried it.
No,
I swear to God.
Come on.
I swear to God. I swear to God, dude. And he,
how'd you not run out of places to make new holes? Do you think you ever dug up old shit to put in new shit?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. We basically had, like, the only setup I had, and I didn't even have a strong system. The only setup I had was, like, one of those plastic, beach.
Oh,
like
no.
a beach setup. Dude, I'm talking, I was 7.
So, wait a minute. This 7-year-old was doing this? How old was he?
He was 8 or 9.
Oh, he was tricking you by being older.
He was older. And
2 years when you're 7 is a long stretch. Now, when you're 32, 34, that doesn't mean shit.
Whatever, dude.
7 and 9, that's a big stretch.
Yeah, you go shit at your house, buddy. That's what I tell people.
So, do you remember the first? There's no way you would remember. I remember what he said. I don't know what he said, but I remember. How did it happen? How did it happen?
Man, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one.
How did it come?
Well, it came to it because I knew my brother probably wasn't around, and I wanted somebody to play with. He was older, so I was hanging out. He was deep. He just had a really good play. Like, he was kind of sick.
Shit, 200 plus times.
Like, there wasn't, he had the same color on the outside of his eye and the inside of his eye. Yeah, like a light beam. Yeah, like an El Diablo, but also he was an elementary school.
Interesting.
But he,
So when you first found yourself, do you remember the feeling that you first found when you were digging a hole for a dude's shit? Like, just thinking, what? And like, how long can I do this? But he keeps asking, how do I stop this? How did you want it to stop? That's maybe a better question.
you know what, I don't remember how it kind of, how it kind of, veered off. I don't remember how it kind of tapered off.
His parents ever like, hey, you ever shit in the house? How come we don't have any missing toilet paper?
Well, dude, that's what I think it was. I think he was lazy, or, he was, I'm serious, and he shat outside behind his slide. They had a slide in his yard because they had, a little bit of money. And he shat outside behind the slide.
Shat, this is a great word, too, by the way.
And it was silty kind of soil and sand. And I remember going over there, and I still remember the same night, bro, I was sleeping in this guy's room, and he had a bunch of pets stacked up along the wall because he loved all kinds of pets. And there's 5 of us sharing a bed, right? And all night, bro, I can't sleep, right? Because I'm scared of all these animals, bro. I'm scared of all these animals, bro. And I can't sleep, right? And so I'm just thankful that this dog keeps barking, man. I'm so high. That this dog, I'm just thankful that this dog outside the window keeps barking all night because I'm awake. I can't sleep, right? All the other poor kids in his bed are asleep. And you can just hear these pets moving in their cages. And he had a big ceiling fan in the middle of the room that was spinning, right? So it's like whirling up all these pets, right? And even though we can sleep, it's keeping them awake. Because you got to think, a ceiling fan for a pet, that's got to be like, a fucking tornado going off constantly, right? We don't think about that, So I'm fucking laying in the bed. Thankfully, this dog barks every now and then. It keeps me company, right? Even though it's outside. And then you hear boom, 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 boom. My buddy's dad walked out there, killed the dog, right? Outside the fucking window. Went back to sleep. Same dude that hours earlier was smelling the young man's hand, man. Same one. And that's what blew my mind about the world. Like, how can at one moment a guy be so gentle, and then 7 hours later be blowing up freaking animals because it was bark. You have an animal in the woods, bro. It's gonna bark. How much woods is out there? He probably hears everything. They say they can hear everything. I don't know, man. I'm high, man.
What if you're talking about incest and you're talking about killing dogs? I gotta bring that down.
Sorry, man. I'm bringing that down.
Fuck it.
How you gonna get the laundry done? You don't live with me. Why would you do my laundry?
Start him right now.
Make you feel like an adult. Make you feel like a checkbook, you know? Make you fucking feel good. Bro, bring up another picture of Jeff Mondra, please, from Intervention. We should Jeff Van Mondra on here.
Ask him about Kratom?
Well, just to talk about supplements and how people get addicted to those. I bet he would have a ton of stories.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
Dude, that gotta be amazing, man.
It's different there.
Dude, Holly Holmes fighting this
Dude, we
week,
need to
too,
get him
huh?
on before he dies.
Yes. Well, he just, I know he did that. He had that gig with Monopoly for about 20 years, and then he was helping people recover from dope. He's gonna, I'm sure, work at the front of a train for about 8 months, and then he'll die. And that's probably gonna be unfortunate.
Because all the people in Intervention, all the therapists, are former addicts, huh?
Yeah.
They act better than everyone, too.
They don't.
Yeah, they act like, oh, yeah.
They are better. They're only better than people who are addicted. That's it. It's one step
No,
better.
but they throw that shit in their face. I've been there. Look at me. I did it. Oh, look at my life. All right, bro. You got a shit suit on. You're obviously here. I don't want that for myself.
Dude, they're not bad people. They're helping people change
Yeah,
their
they're cocky about it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what drives you nuts about Intervention. They're real cocky about
Dude,
it.
there's a guy shooting heroin into his nose, okay? They gotta be cocky about it, dude.
Shit.
You gotta be
Like, I'm
cocky
not
when you're
kidding.
dealing with those people.
Oh, it did look like heroin. Oh, damn, at least he's in shape. Oh. No, I don't like how they throw that shit in all the addicts' face, though. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, you gotta be willing to cut them off, kick them out of the house, no money. Mom, are you ready to do that? It's like, fuck, no. That's my son, you fuck.
And then they all go to a Radisson and have a big free-for-all in one of the
Why they always at a Radisson?
I don't know.
Or they're at like a Ramada Inn.
Oh, people
Why is
get
it not
murdered at
nicer?
Ramadas, too.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's usually at, like, you're right, though. Radisson, Ramada Inn, sometimes Motel 6, depending on the guy.
Oh, dude. Motel 666, bro. People get gunned down at those all the time.
Every
Ramada has the murder rate at Ramada is unbelievable.
Well, Ramada, it's either murders or you get your dick sucked. There's no in between.
Dude, the third floor of Ramada always closed for murder, bro.
Always.
There was always a murder. It's always. There's
That's
no
where you
more.
go. That's where you go.
Dude, they had a mint on my pillow one time. I thought it was a fucking gram of crack. No.
Oh, damn, see, that's a gift.
I was like,
Depending on
is
the
this
right
a
person.
mint? I was like, is this a
That's
pillow mint? Dude, I like seeing rare things, man. They used to have, I remember.
What activities do you think you do where you come a lot? Like the kind of people that, like, power lifters probably shoot giant loads, right?
I think you would think they do, but for their size and stuff, they're not doing that much.
Who do you think shoots the biggest loads?
Oh, I think a guy
Basketball
that's in space. I think a guy that's on a cliff, like a cliff climber.
players? Yeah, but is that the biggest loads?
I mean, that guy's shooting some fucking.
Just because he has the balls to climb up like that?
He's busting
Ooh,
some real
that's what it is.
spackle.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, he's got balls.
Right.
Those guys shoot bigger loads.
Yeah.
Like BMX jumpers, they jump 3 times in the air and then land on the bike.
Yeah.
Maybe they have the biggest loads.
Also, guys who like fake put a sign on their car when they don't pay a meter, like meter's broken, they just put that on their car and fucking still park there. Those dudes bust some loads, bro. I think there's other things too.
Like pickpockets?
Oh, people that wear turtlenecks do not come very much or far.
No. What is it about wanting to keep your
Fuck
neck
no.
warm? It's not very manly.
It's just a bitch move. It's just some French thing too. And I don't care about French, dude. Dude, this shit is getting gay, bro, today. Sorry, I gotta fucking.
It's just very dick-oriented today. I wouldn't say it's gay.
Well, it's that time of year. It's spring. People are
It's not
refreshed.
spring. It's the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold out. It's just January.
One time, dude. And she never gave me any attention.
how's
She
it
always
going,
looked at all
my
the
man?
handsome boys in our class.
I'm
And I
about to
remember one
take a
day she finally
nap.
said, "Wow, Theo, that shirt looks nice." And I knew what she was fucking saying.
I've been doing Sean's therapy.
I knew what she was saying, dude. I knew her husband wasn't enough. So
No, I got off
her
my
husband, when she
thing.
got home today, he wasn't going to be enough. You know? Dude, I like seeing rare things, man. They used to have, I remember, they had somebody called in our podcast and they said
doing fine. I'm just really
they'd never
tired at the
seen a
moment.
black little person before.
Oh, like a black midget?
Yeah, and they had one in our town, dude, and he had these dreads, right? This dude named No Dante, right?
No Dante?
Yeah. And he had these dreads, bro, and they were so long he would fucking trip over them when he was running, bro.
Fuck.
But he was a fucking G, dude.
Yeah.
And he would play basketball, like,
Fanatic
He would kind
hit.
of cheat a little bit because it was almost like soccer. Sometimes you'd almost catch him playing soccer, but he was so fast you could barely see it.
Like he would kick it with his feet, but since he was short, you'd let it slide.
Yeah, you'd let it slide.
I wonder why.
Really?
No, you can't have that.
Yeah, man. People, I think he was like a town mascot. People loved him, man. I don't know what
I love how you take calls on your show. You just take calls. How do you filter out? I assume there's not too many people calling, like talking. Here we got Jamie and Dallas. Jamie, what do you got for
I keep going.
Here we got Jamie and Dallas. Jamie, what do you got for
I keep going back and forth.
I'm here and I'm worried about my boyfriend. He's been doing a ton of coke and grew a mullet out, and he's starting to act a lot like you. And are we gonna make it? You know, is that like your show?
Yeah, you're gonna make it at least 2 years in a row, baby. You got at least 2 years in you. I guess it's something like that, man. Yeah, it's just people just jerk. It's a lot of dudes that are just addicted to jerking off, mostly, and struggling. So,
struggling with jerking off all the time?
Bro, that stuff's killing people, I think. Don't pet the Playboy. Well, the scary part is I start to think, is this the best I'm gonna look, you know?
Yeah, I'm going
Is
down
it
there.
too low?
Yeah. Like another year.
Is that
before
better?
people are like, oh shit, Sean's falling off like a motherfucker.
When Cal's been falling apart,
Sorry
man,
about
bless his
that.
heart, dude. I saw him the other day, and man, I don't know if they're not. I mean, I thought he was looked like he just went to an early movie. He looked like a senior, you know? And it was just weird. I remember, so I became friends with this French black kid named Devin Deku, right, in our town. And, I remember I'd go over to his house, and we'd go in his house, and it was cool to just be like in a black kid's house and just kind of see what their life was like, and real intimate, and like, and I remember bathing with his sisters in this tub in their front yard. And I can't remember what this one. I think this dude might have been a pedophile, but he kept yelling something at us. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, Devin and I went fishing one time. Sometimes we'd go get like lunch meat or whatever and go fish, right? Yeah. Well, one time these white kids are walking across this. Literally, these standby mirrors are going over this train track over this water where we're fishing down by the river, and they start throwing rocks at us and calling us the N-word. Yeah. And I'm trying to yell to them, I'm not the N-word, you know? Guys! Yeah, like, guys, are you colorblind? Just one of us. I'll back off. And Devin, my buddy Devin, is dying that I'm trying to, like, because I'm also, I think I'm mildly doing it to entertain him, you know? Yeah. So it was, but at the same time, I'm dodging rocks from these racist kids who obviously have poor eyesight, you know? So I don't know, I mean, just things like that, just growing up in a place that was unique. So that's what I started to incorporate, keeping that mentality. Dude, I remember before they even had child pornography, when children were just not, you know, doing that. And they had somebody one time when I was in college sent me a picture of 2 old men, and they were naked in a room. I remember getting this email.
Oh, Lemon Party.
And they had a kid like sitting on a bed.
No, I haven't seen that image.
Right? And in my mind, I'd never thought about old people and children and sex, you know, or anything wild like that. So I remember seeing it and be like, oh, this is fucking hilarious. But I remember seeing it and be like, what a crazy idea. Like, you know, everybody is naked, you know, and so like life is naked. This is just you know, it's almost like an art. Like, this is how people, you know, it's like this is when they're old and this is when they're young, and these guys are, you know, watching TV or whatever, you know, I thought. So I sent it to everybody I knew. I was like, guys, this is so silly. And dude, I remember like 2 years later running into an ex-girlfriend, and she goes, well, what have you been up to with your life, right? She goes, yeah, well, nobody will forget that time that you sent that picture of 2 old men and a naked kid to everybody. And I was like, that's not what that was. I'm like, that's what that was if you look at it like a creep.
Fucking excommunicated by everyone you knew.
But I just thought it was cute. Like, I thought it was like seeing a couple rabbits in a yard. You know when you see 2 rabbits on a goat's back, like in a photo?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I thought it was like that. Oh, let's just mix the world. You know, I didn't think of it as sex.
Did you get any responses?
No, that girl, one time when that girl told me that, then I started to feel, I mean, I think that probably made me feel bad about myself, because then I thought, I don't even have that account anymore. I don't even know who's on that email list, who had seen that.
The FBI's still looking for you.
She also said the kid, she goes, was that you in the photo? Because the kid looked like me a little bit. And that's why I think somebody had originally sent it to me, like, hey man, is this you? And I was like, no, it's not me, dude. I don't know 2 old people that would be naked in a room with me. you know, and just taking photos. But I wasn't thinking like, oh, these guys are being dirty, you know. It's sad that you can't even be safe. You can't be even clean anymore sometimes if you want to, of heart, without it going to like a dirty place. You look at a tribe, you see now those photos, those people standing around a fire all the time. Everybody's fucking naked.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No, I agree. It's
you know, you throw through two seniors and a, you know, and a 7-year-old in a Motel 6, and suddenly that shit.
Email that to everyone you know.
Yeah,
it's not cool.
That's not kumbaya, bro. You know, that ain't Zaire. Dutch are so aerodynamic.
They move good.
No, you ever seen a Dutch? They're really aerodynamic. They're
what? What are you doing with your hands?
Lean face, lean headed.
No, they're not.
4 inches cheek to cheek.
They're big people, man.
Dude,
do you know how big they are?
The Dutch, oh, they're very tall, but they're very aerodynamic, very
aerodynamic.
The downhill people, they call them, dude. You know, where you're looking for an occupation, but if you're not doing that, you're probably up to some dark art. You know? Sorry about that. What the fuck, bro?
I hear music.
We want to, yeah.
That's Joey's ringtone?
It's like Elvis for the holidays, bro. Oh, you want some fucking Memphis email list, bro? Oh, look, I'm by 7-Eleven the other day, you know? Just minding my business, kind of seeing what was happening in the area.
In 7-Eleven, huh?
No,
oh, word.
Dude, nothing good happens. None of the fun stuff, I don't feel like, happens inside of the 7-Eleven.
Nah, unless you have a Slurpee machine, that gets a little tricky.
Yeah, and you might catch a blowjob. You know, somebody that doesn't know how a Slurpee machine works.
Yes.
So, I'm out there. I end up in the, I'm outside in the parking lot, and there's a man, a ginger, tall ginger, and he's walking by with his child. He's a child.
Another, same ginger or no?
No, the child looked a little darker, I thought, you know. And I've mixed a lot of things in my life. I don't know if I ever go ginger and urban, you know?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it, you know.
It's rare, though.
Oh, you're going to be able to dunk, you know? But it's going to, I mean...
You get a Blake Griffin is what you get.
Yeah, you get a Blake Griffin, but you also could get a you know...
you get a potato, too, though.
yeah, you can get a potato, too. Yeah, you can get an eggplant.
Yeah, you get that redheaded eggplant.
Yeah, you don't know what
nobody likes.
Yeah, dude, you might get a stuffed animal, you know, you never know. So that's that risk, you know. But what happened was, so I'm walking across, I'm outside of the 7-Eleven, and this dude yells out, "Red King!" Right? And bro, the crazy part was there's 2 other homeless dudes outside the 7-Eleven.
So did they think was referring to this?
Yes.
And did they bump gang?
One of them looked and put his hand in here. You know?
Like, yeah, Rat King, baby. You know I eat them rats.
So I didn't know who this guy was. So for a second, I don't know who he's talking to, you know?
It took you a while to register.
Oh, and then he drags his kid. The kid's wearing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu outfit, right? And I don't know if
they call it gi.
Yeah, the kid was wearing a gi, and they walk him over.
I think that's a giant generalization.
It probably is, you know. I mean, I did a fast for like 4 days, and then I was at the Best Buy, and I remember. Well, I mean, but here's the thing, I'd never thought that before.
So you only thought you got to the verge of cannibalism after just 4 days?
Yeah.
Damn. How much weight did you lose?
I lost about 4 pounds, pounds I needed
you
to.
got it, man.
You know? But I got clear, man. I could hear, swear to God, y'all could hear somebody fold a piece of bread from 80 feet away, bro. I was so hungry, dude. I could hear a fucking skittle hit the cement across the street. I'm really focusing on learning more Spanish so I can, I want to do a special, in like
Spanish?
Yeah, like in Nicaragua or something. My dad's from Nicaragua. So I want to do a special in Nicaragua. Yeah.
Your dad is not Nicaraguan.
We're gonna have to edit that out, dude, because
Nicaraguan?
that time closer. Okay, go one more time, bro. I want to see how racist this is.
Nicaraguan.
Whoa, bro. A couple of guys just showed up at the door, dude.
How do you say it?
You can't even speak on Kratom, can you? Jesus Christ, dude. You say it Nicaraguan.
Bro, you are not Nicaraguan.
Yes. Bro, my father's from Bluefields, Nicaragua. I'm Polish, Nicaragua.
Fuck lied to you. No, you're not.
Bro,
you're Hawaiian and from Denver.
Shut up, bro. Beth, get over here, Beth. Another time. This dude, my buddy, Billy Conforto, rest in peace, bro. He died. He drove into an embankment. But he used to do pills and everything, and we were bus boys together. We were co-bus boys. Even though he was about 35 or 40, you know. He looked like Don Flamenco. You know who that is? From Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? The little Italian guy. And he's like, he looked like that guy, but without the roses and about an extra 20 pounds, and he was also homosexual. But he gave me some pills, you know, gave me some somas one night or something. I think tried to maybe take advantage of me. I don't remember. That's a good thing about pills is, you know what I'm saying? If you did get molested, you don't really have to remember it. But I remember this girl, this hot chick that I knew was at this bar we ended up at, and I was like, I need a ride home. I mean, I sat in my passenger seat. She drove us home. While she's driving, I vomited all over her, right? And the only thing I remember is we made plans to go to church the next morning. So in the morning, I come out of my house, have no clue how I got home, open the car door, and there's vomit everywhere, except like in the shape of this woman right on the front car seat. And I went over to church, and she was there, and she looked at me like I was the devil himself, man.
You barked on this poor girl?
Yeah, she was a sweet girl too, man. And she has children now, because I've seen on Instagram she has some children.
I'll tell you what I fucked with is Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
You and him look like brothers.
Oh, dude.
Dude, hey,
can you...
Is that your dad?
Is that, dude? Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Bro,
don't fucking touch me after you're a dick, dude. Say fucking dick tag.
Look at your dad!
No way, bro.
Your dad talked about That's him, dude.
He dyes his hair, dude. And he has asthma too, and he uses the N-word. I mean, so we have a couple things in common, but that's it, bro.
Bro, you guys look identical!
Dude.
Are you shitting me?
His wife looks like a fucking nightmare. Oh my god.
Tits? Tits?
Yeah, it's like her stomach just fucking hooked to her chest and then got a divorce. That's what it looks
like when she eats, it just goes her tits.
Yeah.
Every meal she's ever had.
Like her tits.
Fills up her tits.
Like her tits are taking shits, probably. Look at that. Oh my god.
Dude,
it looks like a 50-year-old dude's ass on her chest. That's insane.
Bro.
Don't reach over here, you fucking bloated Italian. You look like an Italian dude that drowned and then just still lived. Oh, Puerto Ricans you were talking. They used to say, that's when you guys... Oh, I was talking about the first Mexican kid we had in our town, right? So we had class with the hamsters, right? Going back to that, right? That man, Mr. Blackwell's class, we had the hamsters.
They let you keep the hamsters after Superman? Gotta go.
No, that was, yeah, I just mean it was that same time, bro, and everybody would get a different pet. And, We used to play this game where you would like somebody would lay down and you would put a snake on their back or a fake snake on their back, right? And you would play guess if I have a snake on my back or not, right? And people would literally bet if they did or what they were going to guess. And then sometimes we would put this game where because they had this one rabbit in there that was always falling asleep. It was like almost, hey, like whatever rabbit narcolepsy kind of is, where he just drifts off, because it's a rabbit. They're not doing much, And you would set a rabbit on a pile of money and you try to pull the dollars out from under him and without waking him up. That was like the biggest thing we used to do in class before class. But the thing that happened was this Mexican kid moved in named Nick, right? And the first thing he ever said in class, the man was, in science, they also taught you sex ed, right? So, like the first day this kid, Nick, was in there, it was during the sex ed part, and he stands up and he goes, what does pop that cherry mean? That's what he said. He asked the fucking teacher, like, as serious as could be, like, what does pop that cherry mean? And then he ended up banging some girl, like, in 6th grade, right? And she broke up with him, broke his heart, and he started, like, rap music, and he wore this t-shirt that said Nick the Rapper, that he wrote on it with a marker, right? But he only put one P in it, and it said Nick the Raper on it, the fucking shirt that he wore. And they fucking expelled him. They expelled him.
That's racism.
I guess he was Mexican. But see, Mexican didn't play a part in it. He was a bad speller, and he fucking was asking stupid questions. What does pop that cherry mean? Where's where I'm from, dude. I remember my mom actually won a perm one time on the radio when I was young. And some other bitch from across town said it was hers.
Fucking
like, bitch, they know who won.
I know you what I'm saying, dog. Fucking
they know who won the perms.
I don't trust people from Louisiana.
Well, I mean, it's a hit or miss state, It has a lot of...
You got that dark magic. Mullets are not frowned upon. Not frowned upon at all. It's actually the go-to.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Do you think you see yourself ever going to church again?
Yeah, I would think so. I think church is kind of evolving over our time and stuff like that. And
Would you go to Justin Bieber's preacher?
Carl Lentz?
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He texted me, actually.
Whoa. He's trying to groom you. Trying to pull you in.
Is he a dark arts?
How low do you wear your shorts?
Huh? Oh, I saw you guys making fun of his root.
Dick root.
Yeah, that was a little wild, huh?
So you know him?
I've never met him.
No, you just text each other back and forth.
Yeah, we communicate sometimes. Yeah, that's that root.
Hashtag dick root. Handsome fella.
And he,
looks good.
Yeah, they're both pretty
Camo,
attractive,
too.
I think.
Camo
But but I've never met him. But I would go
just
to...
text each other.
Yeah.
Just try to meet you and you're like, not tonight, bro.
No. You think he's homoerotic?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean,
that's a weird way of putting it.
Oh.
I think you're homoerotic.
What? Bro, you're way gayer than me, bro. You always, every time I'm here, you talk about jerking off the magical hat we almost wore. What about that?
The problem is like you came in here with like gay expectations.
No, I got nothing, dude.
Nobody's that bullshit, because you've heard of Papa John's, right, y'all?
Papa Murphy.
Yeah, Papa Murphy's. I don't know if they have them in LA, but in Denver, it's a fucking chain. You buy frozen pizza. You get your pizza and you cook it at home.
Dude, I want a real pizza place. I want an angry ginger manager.
Yes.
I want a black guy who doesn't give a fuck cooking my pizza.
Yeah.
I want Pizza Hut. Okay?
No,
That's what I want, dude. I want real...
Pizza Hut, bro.
Yeah.
When's the last time you got King or Sting at Pizza Hut, Domino's? We'll bring 2 pizzas.
King it or Sting it?
Yeah, bro.
What, Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Yeah.
Dude, Domino's is basically...
Dude, Domino's?
Domino's is like somebody took a can full of pizza flavoring and just sprayed it in a box and brought it to your house.
And what's
man.
fucking Pizza?
Pizza Hut is real pizza. It has pizza in the title. Pizza Hut's Domino's a fucking board game.
Yeah.
They're fucking selling you
Pizza Hut?
That's like, hey...
How obvious is that? What should we call it? Well, we're in a hut, we make pizza.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid.
At least pizza in the title.
I don't need that to know they make a delicious product.
Yeah, dude, what do you mean?
Domino's.
Obviously not, dude.
It's delicious.
Oh my god, bro.
Most people are Domino's.
How many skateboards did that haircut come with? Have you seen his fucking haircut? Unbelievable.
Skateboard?
Yeah. Both my 7- and 5-year-old nephews.
Dude, now, let me ask you, with that lesbian haircut, do you get a discount on Subaru Outbacks? How's that work? Are they just in Forest Green, or how's that work?
Dude, this haircut's phenomenal, I think.
No, I'm not mad at it, bro. You got
Aren't you? This guy's the worst, bro. Oh, you're gonna die soon. You have AIDS. And like, I don't have AIDS. You're like, AIDS isn't a big deal, dude. You shouldn't really be worried about it, you know? I wasn't worried about don't touch me again. That scared me. I woke up in my own bed, had no clue how I got there. I'd wet the bed. I mean, I wet the bed till I was about 30 anyway. Did you too?
Not until I was like a teenager.
Oh, that's nothing, bro. And that was a pretty crazy night.
Well, you went to bed so you were 13.
I'm not probably around there, I would guess, yeah.
I gotta watch you like a hawk. Those people always are sinister.
Yeah, dude.
It might have been a little bit, like, maybe not 30, but close, maybe 10, at least.
Well, 10 ain't far from 13 if you're talking at least. Probably fucking.
No, but yeah, I know I had a huge issue with it. It was terrible.
Dude, I used to have those buzz underwear, bro. They put these underwear on you, and when the urine would hit them, a buzzer would go off,
Oh
right?
my God.
I'm not joking. Look them up online. This ain't no joke, bro. So I went to my grandparents. My mother didn't tell them that I had these, right?
I'm really hoping these are a real thing, not just like a torture device your parents put on you.
Got it on,
They
bro.
made by themselves.
This doctor gave them to us, dude. This dude was a bona
Looks like
fide.
Google.
This dude was a bona fide doctor. So we went there. I got the electric pants on, dude. You know?
Wait, what should I Google?
I'm getting my rest. Probably, buzzer underwear for urinators. I would Google buzzer underwear for urinators. So then, but they didn't tell my grandfather, right? So he fucking, and they had a small house, bro, a little bitty house. So my fucking crotch is just like he wakes up middle of the night, dude. I'm fucking.
You're on fire?
I'm not on fire, but I'm buzzing hard, bro. Because I'd had apple juice, man, and I piss big on apple juice, dude. I fucking spray out on the AJ. So I'm in there just buzzing, dude. And I didn't know. And he came in.
They still got him?
Yeah.
Give me a pair, Lee.
He didn't know.
Give me a pair.
He didn't know what was going on.
Oh my God, that's what.
He comes in, he's scared, bro.
How loud is it? How loud is it?
In a little bitty house, you could hear it from down
I
the
just
hall.
want to wake my wife up in the middle of the night like twice a week.
I would just do 2 drops and it
All right,
goes
back off.
and so my grandfather's in there, right? And he's all scared and shit. And
Oh, this would have been terrible when I was a kid.
and he's pushing me with a broomstick, dude. He thought I was dead, dude. He didn't know what had happened to me. He thought I was possessed or dead. He's pushing me with a broomstick to wake me up, and he was worried because he had one of those heart makers, and he was worried he would get electrocuted. He thought something was happening. He thought the house had short-circuited or the phone company had fucked up. That's what he thought, the phone company had fucked up.
To a swingers party on accident in Denver. It was below. We were partying up top. Went below it. Said, "Do not enter." Me and my friends like, "Wow." He was like bumping down there. So we went down there, and we realized it was a swingers party because it had a sign on it. And they had like rules. But it was like, I'd say the ratio's 10-1 dudes to girls.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. No, like the 7 girls that were there and the 70 dudes, I just felt bad for them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Girl, let's get out of here." They were. You could tell their morale was not hot.
Yeah.
Their self-esteem was not booming.
Well, that's why you got to have like a Robert E. Lee type of guy in there. You got to have a straight up William Wallace running up and down the
To
line.
motivate them.
Yeah, to motivate gangbang.
Yeah, you gotta keep the morale high.
Yeah.
Because if we have to go, you don't need that.
Yeah, you need to be passing out GSW.
That Tony Robbins dick game going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that dude dropping knowledge on these girls.
Women, join me.
You can do this.
Yeah, man, women will put up with a lot, dude. Just kind of like a regular guy, maybe about 6'1", but getting shorter by the hour almost because of old age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, old age takes a lot of density out of your bones. That's why if you're really old, I feel like you should almost, I don't want to say like bathe in milk, but you want to get suppositories or something. You want to
Yeah.
just high calcium in your ass or whatever you got to do to bone up. You know, to get marrow heavy. I'm serious.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm in my 40s.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You're older than that, actually, dude, a little bit. No offense. Yeah.
Because of the beanie?
Maybe that's it. Yeah. Well, you seem like a nice guy. You get an updated TripAdvisor.
You're gonna have fun though, man.
Dude, what's this bottle of pills you got down here?
It's that kratom.
What is
It's that kratom. So you want some?
Let me see this, bro.
If you're a former addict, though, it ain't for you.
Yeah, dude, this has a brain riding on a Looks like a 36 caliber bullet.
Yeah, it's a brain right on a bullet.
This is that fucking school shooter pills, dude. That's what this is, bro. Have you seen this? Bro, you can't have this, man.
Yeah.
That's what's making this guy, people like that do that in Las Vegas and everything, man. You can't have that.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Kratom?
You should take these in China and see what happens.
No.
You should take these in China.
I'm not taking those back to China. Okay.
Probably. You know what? They're probably from China.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why buy some out there and just get fucking weird, man. Buy a geisha, like, cape or some shit.
Oh, I'll buy some outfits and stuff, but I'm not gonna get...
wear them out there.
Oh, yeah.
One with the culture, man.
That's a good point. Actually, get fully Chinese.
Go full... You know, don't get racist about it. Don't wear like a Raiden hat or some shit. But wear like...
New salted caramel macadamia bar. That's DOS.
Hey, are you gonna need me to move when you get out of the pit, or do you think you'll be able to get around me?
Shop the Mother's Day sale. Only at K.
I don't know, I can't see you. If you're close up to the other trailer, you should be fine. Alright, well, when you come around, just... Hello there?
Tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. I'm walking up the fields, going down Main, trying to find a nickel for to buy cocaine. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. It'll burn out your nose, your eyes turn red. The goddamn cocaine will kill you dead. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Cocaine just like snuff. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Well, tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Yeah, tell it to me, drink corn liquor, let the cocaine be. Hey, hey, buddy, let cocaine be. Wow! Hell yeah, man.
Close your eyes with me. It's the first day of the F1 season. What are you feeling?
Theo Von had a massive 2024 with guests.
People are like, oh, Timmy. Wait, stop. Wait, I don't get it. So what? People say, no, stop. At hospitals, yeah, you're saying, so the construction workers, the nurses, at hospitals, are they all Asian? Because you just made a voice. No, they're fans of yours. I know, I understand that, but are they all Asian fans, or just are there whites too? Because when you did the accent, it wasn't clear. Oh, I think they're Asian. Oh, tell me how you, tell me up. This is what you did. Tell me about what you know about the bubbly. Is that what you want to say? Did you not go into an accent though? Did I? Maybe you didn't. Do it again. A lot of them, okay? A lot of them will be like, I'm Theo. Okay, I'm walking. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, are you Theo? Hey, oh, you said no accent. Tell me about Bubby Lee. The Mexicans. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Tell me about Bubby Lee. Bubby Lee. So, dude, my buddy, I used to sleep under his bed for a while, and he would have girls come over, and they'd always go to the restroom or something before they were gonna make out, and he'd come in there, he'd wake me up, and he'd be like, "Don't fucking but he'd wake me up and tell me to don't wake up, right? I'll be jacking off there. It was just crazy. Like, I wasn't gonna wake up. I was being, like, fucking wake up. So you were just fucking like vampire. The $150 a month, dude. That's not bad. That was a great deal. Were you like for real under the bed like a monster, or was it like loft kind of thing? Were you like how much space did you have? Like how much space did you have? Just fucking put my hands reach up the edge. I was a hooker. Fuck yeah, dude. A male escort? I don't know. Hooker's better. What the fuck's the difference? Yeah. Hooker sounds like you don't have insurance, but you're still gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Male escort sounds like you're at least applying for some sort of like government aid with it. I feel like. I slept in the bed with a girl having a Great Dane. Oh shit. Yeah, and she made it sleep right between us, and I was like, this feels kind of gay, dude. He was big, dude. Yeah, they're fucking people size. Like he definitely played JUCO ball somewhere. Like this thing was fucking huge, you know. Dude, my favorite joke I ever heard is, what's the last thing you want to hear when you're giving a blowjob to Willie Nelson? Uh-oh. I'm not Willie Nelson. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That'd be the fucking worst. What the fuck? That'd be the worst to be giving a blowjob to Willie fucking Nelson, bro. Dude. He's like, I'm not a Willie Nelson. You're like, who the fuck are you, dude? Oh my god. Oh, jeez. How big is a wiener dog? About this little. Alright. The camera. About that thick. And if you had to compare it to your actual wiener, who wins, you think? To an actual wiener? To your actual wiener. You're the guy with the wiener. The rest of us are just kind of milling around the area. Right. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us are just kind of fucking loitering, dude. You're the fucking fire truck, you know? We're the guy running with the pail of water. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, damn, now this shit is getting a little... That shit's beautiful, but that's getting a little crazy, dude. That's teeny the weenie. And where was this at, dude? Was this at a P.F. Chang's, dude? Where is this? That's at my old house in Calabasas. Oh, that is pretty cute. Yeah, we must have just got her. Oh, yeah, you can tell. She's a little bit bigger now. I think you saw her earlier. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. This looks... She's teeny, dude. Very illegal, but also cute. Yeah.
Little wine is good. It's good for the heart. Doctors say pregnant ladies can drink it.
Can they really? Yeah, but have you seen the babies?
They're pretty fucking awesome whenever they come out.
Dude, I'm gonna say this, dude. A lot of them have real pale skin and they're gingers, which are good citizens of the society, and they wear North Carolina jerseys, so they fucking go hard, bro.
I know there's so many much more talented people, like fuck those naturally talented people that are just so awesome at everything, you know. Justin Bieber, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll name them right now. Justin Bieber, John Mayer,
sure,
Ric Flair, okay, Lil Debbie,
okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That cake bitch, or people call her on Reddit, and I didn't say it. And who else? Probably. Oh.
This is Google Pixel 9a with Gemini. It's free at Verizon, with plans starting at $30 a line. And this is Nicole asking, where the heck are you? And Gemini helping you respond in style of Shakespeare. Get Google Pixel 9a on us and our new 3-year price lock guarantee with plans starting at $30 a line.
Meaty, zingy, melty, zesty, savory, cheese toasty, and that's just the first bite. Italian deli popcorn. For a limited time. Only cappuccinos.
Count of 3. Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn.
I'm saying, oh, go Adam. Fuck Paddington Bear.
Were you there when she was born?
I pulled her out of the coochie. Oh, yeah, closed toed, obviously.
Anybody that wears open toes.
Hey, you want me to wait?
To their child's birth?
That should be alright.
First of all, Jimmy Buffett.
We'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
Living on umbilical fluid.
I like fucking, yeah.
Slept on a hot top. That was crazy. Was it hard to make the choice to have a child?
No. I've been horny for a long time. I made a baby with my jizz, and it's fucking awesome. Like, oh, I was saying, I pulled her right out.
No way you did.
By the head, I fluffed out.
And then what you do? There's not somebody there, so a lifeguard?
Well, I don't know. My doctor was such a baller.
He was?
I don't know if he's such a guy.
Where'd you meet him on the app?
Yeah, well, she was. What app?
I was like, you're my doctor, was such a baller. Like,
You're good. Good fella.
Alright, thank you.
Is your and is the mom awake?
Yes. She's fully.
She's not awake.
ask him a question and he'll say something, and you're like, oh, that's a song. Oh, so you know what I mean?
Oh, that's good. So,
alright, I'm getting wood, right?
Yeah, wood, yeah.
Alright, hold on, I just want to make sure.
You know, like that dog wouldn't sit piss. Like, what is that? What? What?
Yeah, but that's a song. That's when we just go get Little Hammered at Losers and just talk. Yeah. And that's how songs come about. You know, someone will say something so dumb, but the melody was sick. And you're like, oh, let's run with that. Like, just change that word. Change from sit piss to shit piss. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know how hits work. That's amazing, man. Brookstore. What up, Brookstore? What's the bookstore? Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble. All right. Yeah. All right. There's a better way to say that. Her Borders books, which Kamala Harris hasn't visited the whole time she's been in office. Yeah. I mean, how would you approach that? I was a kid. Your wife is allergic to the fucking, cat. And I'm your kid. Be real. Don't do comedy. Don't do comedy. Okay. I would probably get a shit. I'm your dad. I'm your son. Okay. Hey, Dad. Oh, man. No, you don't. Sorry, he's doing it like that. You don't have to have an Asian accent. I don't know what country you're in. No. You're you. Okay. Got it. I didn't know what country. I don't know. You're gonna have an Asian accent? I don't know what country we're in. No, you're in America. Okay. Who the fuck? Well, give me a setting then. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. I have to be that specific? Yeah, you're just okay. You live in Nashville. Okay. Your wife is white. You're my son. Yeah, I'm son. I'm not Asian. All right. Make believe that I'm your biological son. Okay. Right? Yeah. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Chucky. What's up? How was school, huh?
Dad, school was great, Dad.
I hear they're holding you back again.
They're holding back, you know, like father, like son, Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gang them up, gang them up.
Gang them up. Boy, I love it.
Yeah, Dad.
I
Hey,
want
Daddy,
to tell
gang
you.
them up.
I know we had a cat here yesterday.
Yeah, so where's Tommy?
Your mother's allergic to cats.
Oh, so where's Tommy,
Mom
Dad?
gets sick. Mom
I
gets
understand. I understand.
If we have cat, Mom gets sick.
I know, but where's Tommy now?
Tommy is going to be at your aunt's house, and you can go play with him in the afternoon.
Dude.
That's it. Now, your aunt drinks a lot of wine, and she gets a little handsy with the kids, you know? She gets what they call Franzia hands.
Yeah, Daddy, I don't need to know the specifics of like what my auntie's behavior is going to be like. Is she going to hurt when she gets hurt? Is she going to hurt Tommy?
No, she just
Yeah, my radio.
as much as you do.
Right, because I know my cousins have all black.
Do we need to get to the shingle?
Your cousins are
Shingle
black.
bend over there?
That's why.
Oh, he sure enough. I forgot, Daddy.
So you just got to roll with me here.
Yeah.
We did what?
Black people, Daddy.
Should we get to the shingle bend?
Brother, we
The
go
bunker?
inside now.
Gang up. What?
How many cousins are you?
Yeah, we should be able to. If not, it's
Can I
a
come
little
inside
maneuvering.
today?
You relax.
I
Alright,
know,
because I
sleep
got
outside.
only one of them
Wait
trucks here,
till the
too.
sun comes down.
Yeah, I'll sleep over there. All right, Daddy. But I wish I could just have my own room and stuff.
No, we're gonna put some treats right up on the door for you, all right? We're gonna put a craft
All right,
second
I love
out
you,
here.
Daddy.
I love you too.
We'll do the shingle truck, too?
Gang, gang.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, Jay said it's here for
If
it,
I
so.
lost a mother, no, I'd fuck Elvis, probably.
Would you have fucked Elvis?
Cleopatra. Who was that?
In the history of, she was the Egypt queen.
Oh, yeah. But it's hard to know what you really look like.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're gonna travel all the way back in time, you gotta smash, you feel me?
I think you could have easier time smashing.
What about
Yeah, but
the Black Eyes? Smash or pass?
Smash for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he is probably
obviously we didn't get this done first, but we'll go from there.
Makes you searching for answers.
You've worked with the greatest drivers, and now you're running a teenager who's never raced in F1.
There is zero room for error.
He's not proven yet.
What's at stake?
Everything.
Jimmy, I'm glad there is so much pressure on Jimmy Antonelli.
Oh, look at it.
Do you think he's a gapy butthole or no?
Huh? I don't know. I heard he's got an underground railroad. That's insane.
That's insane what you just said there.
We're going to hell.
Yeah, no, because the truth is last night, when I was with those two girls that I was
3 girls you're with.
no, the other one was a stray.
Well, whatever, dude.
She knew that I was.
Yeah.
And she went to your show.
Well, it's funny that a stray went missing about an 8. These are the blackest guys I saw in Ireland, right?
Were you invited to this field?
What's that?
No, we got there and we wanted to like just drive out into the distance, so we stopped at a farm, and a man took us and showed us all about the dairy and gave us fresh milk or whatever.
You know the running
You
today?
drank the milk straight
We're
from
not wild, we can move them towards the,
I mean, it felt. I don't know how old the
under
kid
the
was.
belt, you know what I mean? Or what?
To be honest
I
with
don't know if
you.
we're,
I mean, the first sip,
we're gonna want to out.
yeah, it's normal. But if you know,
Well, Princess showed up, so we might be.
you definitely peek around for the police after a bit, you know. We had a dude in our town who got busted by the cops for being a ghost, dude. We had so this family owned, they bought like a Ramada, and it was like a small,
What's that?
it's a small motel.
Oh, okay.
And used to be nice, and now it's still nice, but it's not like swanky. They were trying to make it on the get on the ghost tour. So when people came to America to go learn about ghosts and everything, it would show up on like the ghost, like, oh, you got to stop here, right? So they wanted to make it haunted.
Okay.
So they did like some like low-key haunty shit, like the wiring and stuff, and like it was getting a little bit of a buzz. But then they're like, oh, we're not getting enough people that love ghosts, you know? And so they would have, somebody would dress up upstairs, and they had hotel room doors that were across the hallway from each other.
Yep.
So they would open a door on each side, and when you walked up the stairs, the person would just walk across.
Yeah.
So you'd see something, like just, what was that, you know? And yeah, and so it was getting some heat, and people were like, holy shit, there's ghosts, and people were outside fucking hanging out and drinking Dr. Pepper and fucking sometimes even people because there people would get real excited. And then they busted the guy. The guy forgot to take off his ghost sheet or whatever. He was driving home. It was like the owner's son, and they fucking busted him. Idiot.
Yeah. We live in ghosts.
For sure, right? Dude. Yeah, from Louisiana, we got fucking ghosts over there.
Oh, true,
dude.
yeah.
Everybody's eating trout or something, you know, even you'll hear a ghost eating something.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, we have fat ghosts down there. Like you'll be at the hospital and be like, yeah, there's a ghost in the other, he broke his legs.
New Orleans is Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Ghosts are like, that's a ghost town, right?
It's a ghost town, yeah. There's ghost tours.
About, yeah,
and the crazy thing, you'll be on a ghost tour, somebody will get murdered because it's so dangerous there, that then another ghost will show up. You're like, oh damn, that's Reginald.
Yeah, I knew him.
Yeah, he just got here. He's fresh.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like semen, or some people call it what, I don't know what people call it or whatever, like party sauce or whatever. I don't even know what people call it, you know, on the street or whatever. But like there was some men in our neighborhood that would kind of like meet up or whatever in like this empty swimming pool at night and smoke weed or whatever.
Whenever I hear you drop an example like that, part of me is like, did that just come from his brain, or is that like a real thing? Yeah.
Oh no, that was a real thing, dude. We grew up in a very shirtless area, if you will. It was a lot of people whistling and no shirts. Just a lot of just
I like that.
Doing their best. Do you have sex under the covers when you're married, or on top of the covers?
Under. And I'm also a shirt on guy. I've never taken my shirt off during sex. You take your shirt off during sex? You look like, here.
I don't that much.
You're one of those dudes who probably are making out. It's like in the movies and shit. You make out and then you push back and you take your shirt off. Like that's a part of the seduction.
I walk out of the room
never
backwards.
do that. If I did that and stepped back, took my shirt off, my tits came out, they'd be like,
oh, let me slurp on those little fucking hammocks.
You take your shirt off, don't you?
No, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I'll walk out of the room backwards though, because I don't like people seeing my butt, I guess. Nobody can see your butt while you're making love to them. It's just the way it's all how God did it.
If that is not the title of your biography, I object. Nobody can see your butt if you're making love to it. Theo Bonds. You walk out of the room dick first. We're dick backwards. So you're like, look, keep looking there. Don't look at that.
Yeah, just like, okay,
never mind the man. Pay attention to the man. No attention to the man beyond the curtain. Your ass is the Wizard of Oz. Your dick is what they all see. Your ass is the actual wizard.
Oh yeah,
pulling levers and shit.
My wiener's the cowardly lion. That's what it is, dude. Did you ever have an invention that you wanted to get done but you never had the time?
Not really, because I'm not that creative.
Really?
Yeah, I'm creative business-wise, but what's yours?
I used to think that like 15 years ago, I started thinking, well, what if they had on your dashboard, you could put in something like a CD or something, and on your dashboard, a hologram, the band would perform on your dashboard.
That'd be a little bit of a distraction, but it's cool.
A little distraction, but I thought it'd be sewed up, and you can make it over by the passenger just for a thing. Yeah. That was one thing I thought, and then I thought if they had dog collars that, because there's a dog that kind of howls behind my house a lot. If you could synchronize them, you get the neighborhood or regional, you get them all the same collar, and then
that's a cool idea.
They synchronize it, makes them
you
howl
put that
like
together and come on Shark Tank then.
But like organized, like they would do it like.
So you know where he's at by the
that dog and another dog down the street. The collar would have them both howl at the same time, so you would have almost like
the whole like a little symphony of dogs.
Symphony.
That's funny as fuck. Yeah.
If you could do that regionally, so you say you're on the porch, you're relaxing with your wife, you're sitting on the swing, and you could just program a little,
that'd be cool.
Some Beethoven, and then all the hounds started heating up. Yeah.
Oh,
that was a thought that I had. Like that's one thing that's disappeared over the years, I feel like, is our imagination, because we have access to anything you want to see. You want to see two gay guys attack a squirrel or whatever in a marina or whatever. But you can Google it right now and you'll find it.
Do you like Bernie? Are you friends with him or something?
No, I met him the other day.
Was that the first time?
It was the first time.
Were you impressed by him?
Yeah.
One thing, he's still sharp, right?
Oh yeah, he's still sharp.
He doesn't suffer from what Biden did.
No.
Mental dullness.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's somebody put a merry-go-round in his head, I heard. But that's, but they didn't plug it in, they didn't tell him.
Yeah.
I've been in recovery, so like most of the last 10 years.
From alcohol?
From drugs and alcohol.
So which is worse?
For me, drugs is the problem, but if I have a drink, then it's tougher for me to prevent myself from getting.
Which is harder to quit? I've heard alcohol is harder to quit than drugs, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean I can only imagine because it's probably more readily available.
More readily, well, and it's social, and you're sitting and everyone's drinking and all.
Yeah, rarely do you go to a dinner and everybody's eating like, you know, Xanaxes or something, you know, for appetizers. Usually people are having like a mint, you know, a mint julep or something a little fancier Negroni I just learned about.
Right.
I think I'm 77 days off of pornography and 70 days off of masturbation. So I've had activities, but I haven't been, you know, touching my wiener or whatever. People would say different stuff, but you know, I'm saying like, I don't know what they say in your country, you know, topping off the
Wanking.
Wanking or whatever. Yeah. Thinking of the queen or whatever they say, you know, I don't know what they say. Queen takes rook or whatever. That's like a chess move, but dude, did you ever get to meet like Elvis Presley or anything like that?
What? Yep.
Did you really? Oh. And when was Elvis?
That's a good question. Yeah, he died 77. You're way off.
My bad.
My bad. What's crazy? Yeah, but like,
can you still get erection if you're vegan or not?
Like an erection?
Do you still have like a?
I'm hard now, son.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck yeah. You get very hard. What would be the idea in not getting hard as a vegan?
I just didn't
not
know.
enough red meat.
Yeah, something like that. If you don't have enough iron or whatever.
I'm on blood thinners because of the heart attack.
Does that help your wiener get harder?
No.
Can you still have houseplants if you're a vegan, or is that like a weird?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got so nervous around girls. I just remember, well, on the school bus, I would get erections all the time. I guess because of like the motor going.
Of course.
And they would play like music that we weren't allowed to listen to at home. It was like not sexy music, but just pop music or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I would just have to like, I just would turn my whole body just like facing, just and like, oh.
Just a constant state of arousal in school. You mean?
That was just on the bus, dude. When I got to school, I think there was so much kind of like violence and stuff at our school that it was hard to stay erect around a lot of violence, you know?
Yeah.
If there's broken glass or somebody getting beaten, I can't get an erection, you know?
Nor should you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm old-fashioned or whatever, but it's like, you're tall. Are you a little taller than him or not?
I think we're about the same height.
Okay.
Yeah, which is funny, man. The weird shit people say about you on the internet. Like there was a long time, maybe even still today, if you Google how tall is JD Vance, it would say 5'7". No, it says 6'2" now.
Somebody updated it.
All right, somebody updated it.
Yeah.
Okay, the first headline is JD Vance is tall, but Americans are getting shorter. What the hell is that's a weird.
It also says Joe Biden is 6 foot sleek. I don't know if that's a height. There was a Japanese family, and I'm paraphrasing because they may or may not have been Japanese, but they were near Japan or semi-near.
Okay.
I'm at the Grand Ole Opry, and I'm with a Japanese family enjoying Post Malone. It was awesome.
It's pretty cool. You can't write it.
Oh yeah, if I'm a criminal and they're like, hey, it's crime time or whatever, I'm gonna fucking put on my cleats or whatever. I'm gonna get out there. If I was a rapper, I would have somebody bow and arrows, somebody with a couple choppers on them, everything, Dracos, everything, guns, fucking.
Ninja thing.
Yeah, fucking hell, bro. Magic metal, fucking ninja stars, all of that shit, boy.
I mean, you just pray for the best.
Axe, I would have everything, bro. I'd have somebody just walking around, look like they were in one of those video games where they have all the weapons behind them like that.
Like when they get ready to go to war, they pack all of the weapons, but then they don't use none of them. I know.
Well, even cops now, they got so many things on them. They got a taser, they got a gun, they got a slingshot, they got a pepper spray, they got a fucking, a thing of marbles. They got all kind of shit on them, bro. You'll see they got a...
I've never seen an officer with a bag of marbles.
But they got so many things now, bro. He got a camera, they got a little spatula, a thing of just breath, man. So, dude, he's just shooting Mentos at people. They got, I couldn't even imagine running around with all that stuff on me now.
Yeah, they do. They gotta chase people there, and a lot. It's crazy. On top of the vest, that's how it is.
Yeah, they're built like a 7-Eleven, and they gotta run around and chase everybody down. It's too much.
Everybody would get away from me if I was there. I'll catch you eventually.
Hey, I'll catch you in the future.
Yeah, but let me see you again. I wouldn't.
You must get so many, dude. Every girl I know, my brother's wife, my ex-girlfriend, every woman is looking for you. So I don't know if you, I'm sure you have, how many Ring cameras do you have?
Yeah, we got the cameras in the house at home. Yeah.
You get massages a lot.
I do.
They're good for the soul.
Yeah, they really are, huh? I think having somebody touch you that's not trying to like, that's not, yeah, trying to be a pervert or
Depends
whatever.
on the massage you're getting.
The places I go, I tell them immediately when I go in there, do not.
You really do that.
Oh, I tell them straight up. I
Seriously.
say, yeah, because
Do you feel like you have to?
I just don't. I want clear communication between me and anybody that's touching my body. And if we have a language barrier, I'll even draw.
You draw. How do you draw it? What do you draw?
Well, I'll draw like kind of a human body,
Okay.
and then I'll draw kind of like the middle area.
How long would you say this is taking you? Like, how long?
Well, you know, for me it takes a little while to draw it, and then I'll put a big X over the middle.
That's what you do.
Yes.
I can see it.
If the language is, if there's a language barrier.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about Katrina the other day.
You did?
And now I'm upset. Do you remember it?
Yeah, dude, my friend was a news reporter during Katrina. He lived in Baton Rouge. So they had to take him by helicopter every day in New Orleans and helicopter him out.
No way.
So he'd be there like interviewing people that were like, he's like, where are you sleeping tonight? They're like, we don't know. He's like, all right, I got to get on this helicopter and leave. Yeah, it was so sad, yeah.
What?
No,
Can
I
you
didn't.
sing?
There's one video of me singing. Here I'm singing right here.
This is you?
It's a while back.
Wow, different haircut.
Yeah, cool. In the church.
There's no way.
That's not really. Sorry.
That's not you?
Somebody made this and sent it. Hell no.
That's not you? That is
No,
you.
That guy looks like mentally unwell. I mean, it looks like me, but that guy is
Theo,
not.
that's you.
I pray one day that God turns me into that.
Do you have a cousin?
I don't know. But if he is, I'm going to take his life and his skills, and I'm going to become that
You're
guy.
related to him.
I hope I am.
Y'all are, have you talked to your mom?
Yeah, not as much, but that's just our history. But,
What's your For You page like?
me?
Yeah.
A lot of just positivity, a little bit of tits, probably, honestly, to be honest with you. But I'm just joking. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been on there in a while.
We now know that the brain actively grows and changes till we're about 25. So if you think of a newborn baby, it can't do anything. And within 18 months...
It's ridiculous, really. If you look at it like this is ridiculous, you know? Like you would never draft one on your fantasy team or whatever, you know? It's bad. But anyway, go on. I mean, I like what God does, but some of that is... Oh yeah,
No,
but people that
man.
get so rich they can afford to just be
Just
gay
fuck
for
anything
fun.
they want.
Yeah, you know? Like the Romans did it. Like, you know, they say that they did it. Or there's people like financial gays, power gays. There's like...
I haven't heard that before.
Oh, really? Or like blind gays. There's even... Oh, dude, I'm not gay, but I'll hold it in my mouth till the gay guy gets there. That's something that you would hear sometimes at church. It definitely felt like this guy at the shipyard who's just gonna fucking show you what's going on.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know?
I hope so. My voice
And
was
his
blown out too
girl,
last
she
night.
better pay attention.
Yeah.
Felt like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are not ripped like they were. They all wear fucking shirts now. Every little kid at the beach wears a fucking sun protective shirt. It's like, let me see your pecs.
There, you know, I will say there is a sex scene.
Really?
There is a sex scene. And it was probably my favorite. I wrote the movie, like I said, with my friends, and
So of course you write in a sex scene, dude. I used to. I used to have acting class, and I would just like we'd have to do scenes and stuff, and I would always bring a scene where there's like possible making out.
That's hilarious.
And sometimes it would just be like two people are walking and they're in an argument, and then for no reason they kiss or whatever.
You wrote it.
And chicks would always be like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is, dude.
Janet presses her tits against Mark vigorously. Like, Theo, don't add actions, please. I just think it should be clear.
Yeah.
I think it should be clear it's a vigorous tit press.
Yeah. I'm going being on a bus, dude. I used to ride Greyhound. That'll make anybody want to take their lives. I used to work on a farm up in Natchez, Mississippi in the summer, and I'd take a Greyhound up from Baton Rouge, and they put all the inmates on there. It's a lot of like missing people on there. Like I remember a dude came up and he was like, "Have you seen me?" He said to me.
I'm like, you sound damn missing, dude. It's just like, that's a crazy thing to ask. Yeah. It's like being in the opposite of a hospital. So, dude, every row of the Graham bus things get senior. First it's weed, and then 4 rows later they're doing like abortions and like early term, but still, like it's like it gets real dicey, dude. A lot of people on there, just testing pills on each other. A lot of people, making their, a lot of people drinking their own bathwater. I had a dude selling 40 proof bathwater once. I didn't have a lot, but I had a little. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, dude. I'll say this, it kind of had a peppermint schnapps vibe to it. How many children lose out on a father because it's a layover?
Right, because JetBlue doesn't want to fucking fly direct to Akron.
Drewski, everybody know.
Dunkin' a $6 meal deal. Get 6 hash browns, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee. Only at Dunkin'.
Old Spice Fiji deodorant. Smells like coconuts and palm trees. And it's gentle on my skin.
Everybody know Drewski and character sketch.
Drewski's the best, man. I did me and Drewski did a fake movie. It was like a fake movie, like that we made. This shit was messed up. So the family is called the Diggers as their last name, right? Drewski. So we're at the dad dies. It's Drewski and his sister. They're inheriting a funeral parlor. And then I'm married to Drewski's sister.
Okay.
And so I'm getting part of the funeral parlor.
Okay.
And they're not happy about it. But anyway, we're at the funeral of the dad, the guy that died. And the last name his name was Nathan Digger, right? And so I had to make a speech in front of all these people. And it was like, man, I don't know if I can say this right now, but I was like, man, this is the best digger we ever had in the whole world, right? And it was a room full of black folks and I didn't know any of them. And Drewski and them are in the bag just howling, bro. And I just having to I had to do it like 15 times.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, I was like, man, I can't do this.
Yeah, it would have got awkward after a while.
Yeah, bro, right.
Man, it's like, even if I know that you're saying this other word, after like the 7th time, it starts to sound like the other word, you know?
Dude, it got really scary even for a little while. We had an Eclipse, Mitsubishi Eclipse, but it wouldn't turn off, right? You couldn't turn it off. So you had to just
siphon gas?
No, you just had to keep putting gas. So we keep like, we had one.
It never turned off.
You could, but you'd have to it was so hard to get back on. So we keep like extra cans of gas in the fucking parking space. We had an underground parking space. We had a dab bitch. We would keep a couple cans of gas because it got great mileage. You could fucking keep it going.
I don't know how good the mileage is if you have to keep the gas just to keep it running.
I would drive that bitch over to Loyola University. I'd drive that bitch.
Loyola where?
In New Orleans, yeah. And since you kept it running, you could park in a weird spot and be like, other guys just coming and going.
How long would it be there idling?
2 hours. I'd be in class. I'd be in class, dude. But it was kind of nice right when you got to it, got right in.
Sure. You don't have that hassle of doing this. Turning your fucking forefinger 1 inch.
But it was a flex to the lady. Like, damn, that guy's a chauffeur.
Keep it running. Yeah.
Like it's him.
Yeah. It's you from the past. But that's my chauffeur.
Chauffeur. Sorry, guys. My ride's here.
My ride's here. No one stole it, huh?
No. I guess, sometimes I'll put the flashers on. I think it's like, there's a lot of reverse psychology there, you know? Sure. It's a lot of General Sherman.
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, you forgot very much. Very much of the when how they behave.
I sold a nude calendar when I was like, basically a feature. This was the first thing that ever made me money. I've been doing a calendar for legitimately probably, I think 9 years.
Really?
Yes, the 2025.
Oh,
dude,
it's already out.
It's all, you can already buy it, the 2025.
Look at the calf on this guy.
I like that, dude.
Look at the
It's popping.
kettlebell you're
It's
hiding
popping, brother. Yeah.
Wow, you got that Rogan head down there.
Nuts and calves. That's all I got.
Oh.
Fat nuts and calves. And,
Oh. And is this real?
Yeah, I'm on fucking Mount Everest right there. That's me. That's some beautiful. Some of it's real. Some of it is the work of my
my brilliant producer Benjamin Buttcheeks, Benny Buttcheeks, Ben O'Brien, who also directed my special. He helps me with the calendar as well. That's Squirtember, of course.
The Get Headsby, that's you right there. Wow.
Now, if you zoom in on those, there's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun things to see, right? The set, right? It adds to it.
Moby Cock.
Do you
Less Jizzerables.
Wow. Oh, the different movie books on their bookshelf.
We have Halloween right there.
Oh yeah.
I would just fucking sell it on Instagram and like mail it personally to people.
For sure.
Like I had just like sell it out of the back of my fucking trunk.
Oh, it'd just be 12 Polaroids of your cock or whatever. And you just put a different month on each one. You're like, but what if you only had 11 Polaroids? It's like January, February, spring. June, July, August. Do you ever audition other men to be in it? Because I was wondering if there should be more. I mean, you do a great job, right?
Thank you.
But would there ever be the possibility to creating something around the idea of getting other men in there?
Interesting. And diversity of body types.
Yeah.
I did think at one point to make it like a collaborative calendar where every month there's like a guest that's a different type of person, you know, like maybe men, maybe women, some non-binary motherfuckers, just some different body types, just like
Sagittarius, whatever, dude.
Yeah, get them all.
Barbecue lovers, whatever.
Some centaurs, some half
short legs.
Yep.
Long life.
Short legs. That is true. The taller you are, the quicker you die.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, short people live longer.
Bring them down!
yeah. Enjoy all that, you 6'6" guys.
Yeah. Must be nice, dude.
Now, I'm not gonna go into the obesity metrics right now. We're just gonna keep it just on height.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my wins where I can get them, brother.
This ain't about me, dude.
This is not about me.
Some people say fat, some people say foundational.
That's right. A good foundation.
Yeah.
Not knocking me over in the wind.
Are the Greeks the blacks or some people say that the Greeks are the blacks of Europe?
Who are these people exactly?
Huh? Bring up someone. Google. No, people say that all the time. I'm serious, man.
I love that.
Bro, you'll be wandering past an olive shop, and you'll hear the door will open, and you'll hear somebody
Are you talking about your internal monologue, Theo? Are you talking about every time you see a Greek person? That's what you think?
I'm just saying. There is a lot of people call them black olives. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There's a lot of conversation about black olives.
Sure. Hey, I'll take that with pride. Black people are the cool. They
make things cool.
They're the culture drivers of America without question.
Filters.
In some ways, I guess that's maybe ancient Greece. What's democracy if not the original hip hop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How everything filtered out from there. Kind of, the same way.
Love it when you call me Big Sour with teeth.
Yeah. The same way music's been taking from black people forever. Everyone's kind of been taking our shit between philosophy and democracy forever.
Use a Pompeii.
Pompeii, I believe, was that the Roman Empire?
Don't be a hater.
Fuck Rome.
No,
they took our whole shit.
Some people think it's in Greece. No, don't kill our
that Louisiana public school system.
Cheaper globes.
Cheaper globes if they're from 1820.
30 countries.
They mash Europe together. Yeah.
So no comment on that, huh?
I say I'll take that. Like I said, you know,
some people are just real creeps when it comes to eating. I've had owl, and I don't know if we can say it or not, but
no, you can't.
Well, I didn't.
Just did.
I didn't have it.
You had an owl? You just said you did, though.
Huh?
You just said you had owl. Did he not just say he had owl?
I didn't do it.
Wait a minute. I think he said eagle.
Yeah. No, I didn't say eagle, dude. And if I did, it was a wigged eagle. I don't eat bald eagle. No, but I did have. We had owl. My sister's ex-husband reeled up 2 owls.
You just said you
was
didn't.
Was it fried?
I thought we could say it.
How you
Ronnie did it.
No. I eat anything. You're a freaking owl eater.
A bowl eater. I didn't have a lot.
Well, you didn't have a lot.
There's not a lot to them. That's the trick.
You didn't swallow?
I didn't inhale.
Oh.
They're the frogs of the animal kingdom, the bird kingdom. Owls are the frogs of the bird. Once you pull that skirt up, and you know, I've done some things in my day, but nothing. But even just to look, it's.
We're letting you run with it.
Pull up what I'm talking about. Let's at least see the. So we just these are the owls.
Did you Photoshop the eagle out?
They were of age too. The ones I'm talking about. These were adult owls.
You're not supposed to do that. So much for wisdom.
Now what are we doing, brother? That is something needs to take care of.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Those they migrated over from Chernobyl.
Yeah, that's a Russian owl for sure.
I wish I could see that.
Santa, China. And that's a little bit of Asian Christmas too. That's that Bobby Lee lunch whistle, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's that Bobby Lee mating call right there. And you can see Bobby Lee just looking up in the distance behind a big stack of like a big rice wall or something.
Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol. Ultra smooth taste. Just 29 calories.
24-hour moisturizing body wash with just 12 ingredients isn't a myth.
You can see him looking up. And that's beautiful there, right there. You know, basketball is a gateway drug to just a brotherific type shit. Go out into your neighborhood right now, dribble a basketball in the street, see if a couple brothers don't show up. You know, that's that. You hear a basketball banging on that street. That's the Michael Jordan mating call, cuz. You know, that's how it is, man. You put a rim up anywhere, and you gonna get some black friends, man. That's not a racial thing. That's just facts. You put a basketball rim up anywhere, and you gonna have some brothers show up. You put that bitch up in the ocean, you'll have a couple wet brothers out there just double drowning out there. So you have to think, if you want to get different types of folks, you have to put out different types of activities. You know. So if you want to get more Asian friends, you might want to do a Asian people like hide and go seek. That's easy, man. You know, and that's wild, bro. You know, look at an Asian. Look at any resting or sitting Asian, resting Asian, or AARs or whatever, Asians at rest. Look at one. Bring up a couple, right? Go to any of these folks and say, you keep counting, I'll go high. Because Asians got that clock in them, dog. So that's something you could do to meet some Asians right there, man. When I was getting into life or whatever, they had a lot of Wiggers out there. And no cap, bro. Wiggers used to be the thing, bro. You know, Thomas Jefferson was a Wigger, bro. Real talk. And people don't want to, people don't want to say that shit, but he was, man. But now they got blonkies even. They got blonkies out there. You got a lot of black dudes that want to be white or having more white stuff go on in them, you know? I mean, I saw a brother crying in his car the other day outside of a gym. That's the whitest shit you can do. That's our shit. So, it's all good. What I'm saying is the portal is always open. Dude, I remember the mechanic one time, we owed him something. He came and got that bitch right back off the car, bro. I don't know if it was a damn spark plug or it was a motor joint or whatever. It was a damn clevis clamp or something for a steering pendulum. And he came and pulled that bitch right out of there, dude. Yeah, that car barely worked after that. You had to turn the radio up to get it to go left. Every time that if you wanted that bitch to go left, you had to fucking crank up some Aerosmith and pray. Two people had to be praying in the back. ran on 4 hands power. You had to have four hands pushed together, praying straight to God, crank up that Aerosmith, bam, son, 90-degree right turn. It was a crazy year. It started off, you know, shit was weird, and then things got kind of trans or whatever, and then suddenly it's Christmas.
Hey Theo, this is Big Red. I just want to preface by saying I'm not racist, but
All right, onward.
Lately I've been hanging out with, you know, some brothers, and I've sneezed a couple times, but
You sneezed, okay? You've been sneezing.
I've noticed that I've been sneezing around outside, and they don't say bless you. And I don't know if it's like a me thing. I don't know if like it's like, I don't know if it's like hard to look tough, like saying bless you. Like, I don't know. I've been trying to say bless you in the mirror in a tough way, and I gotta admit, it's a really hard task to do. Like.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying. You're saying a lot of brothers, they don't say bless you when you sneeze. Well, I mean, I think that's just life, bro. I mean, brothers been through a lot of shit historically, man. Brothers and female brothers too, the sisters, they've been through some shit, man. Get a history book, dog. So they ain't worried if somebody can't handle a little pollen or something. Somebody sneezed, they're worried somebody goes into prison. You know, that's when they drop some bless yous on them. They worried they can't get the pain out of the culture. That's when they'll yell a bless you. They save some of their bless yous for Sunday as well. But it's white folk. Somebody sneeze. Bless you, Ernie. Bless you, Nathan. That's because black folk, just because somebody can't handle sitting near a tulip or something, or somebody get a little activated, their lungs flare up around a fern, that's a little bit more white trauma than it is a black trauma, I think, you know? Some white dude's like, oh, them azaleas, I can't breathe. Like you the floral George Floyd or something, man. Get your shit together, man. And don't bother a brother to say bless you because your white ass having trouble with some dandelion dander. Okay, get it together. Your soft ass can't breathe for half a second. You want God to help you. God, come on, man. Come on, man. So I think that's just, look, man, that's a cultural thing, and I think you gotta let that lie where it lies, baby. That's what I believe. Praise God, man. Thank you for the call, though. I remember my first concert I went to was Marilyn Manson, right? And this dude took us, and and he was like I guess he was like a pedophile or whatever. We didn't know he was, right? So he was just a guy we knew who was also a pedophile, but we didn't know that part. But anyway, he took us over. He's like, I can get y'all tickets to Marilyn Manson. We just started listening to him, dude. And I think we were probably about 14. And this dude dropped us off there, and we were the only people underage that were in there. Like I think it was probably an 18 show. Dude, we're in the bathroom peeing, and somebody goes, "What are these kids doing in here?" Oh my God. And then somebody else from another stall goes, "Don't worry, somebody will." That's what somebody said, dude. Richard Slangenstein was his name, bro.
Did he go in with y'all?
No. He went to gamble. And he was just a real...
Oh, he was a known pedophile.
Oh, yeah. He hadn't won awards or whatever, but he was... One time I had to stay at my buddy's house with children, and he said, and we were all sleeping at his house, right? And they had a dog. They had a dog that was howling all night.
And I was so scared. We're all in his room. There was like 5 of us. It was a sleepover, and he had all these animals cages on the wall.
What?
And he had all these pets, right? All different pets, like everything from chinchillas to like fucking couple of little, you know, everything. Snakes, little llamas or whatever, you know.
You don't put those in a cage.
Bro, stacks of cages, and all the animals.
Is your friend named Noah?
They're.
I mean, is there a flood coming? What's going on here, bud?
They were nocturnal animals.
Oh, all right, okay.
So everybody goes to sleep, and I can't sleep, and there's a ceiling fan whirring, and all the animals woke up, and they're all looking with their eyes at me out of their cages, and I'm the only person awake. And I was so scared to go to sleep because they had like 5 or 6 snakes they had in there. And the dog was howling outside all night, right outside.
Yeah.
And his dad went out there in the middle of the night, popped him off.
No.
Took the dog's life. Or left a gun out there and the dog took his life, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. They don't have the...
Dad did it.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucking
Broke my heart, man.
Yeah.
So I think there was a lot of like animal violence around growing up.
Yeah. Wow, that's something.
How do you find local spots to eat when you're on the road? Like, do you Yelp?
I call Joey Diaz. Dude, he could tell you when he's 70 feet away from a good Reuben, bro, anywhere in America. The guy's like a GPSAMMICH, bro. The guy could fucking, you're 40 yards from a fucking turkey on wick or something, you know, in Buffalo. He's like, look across the street, you see a bowling alley? Like, yeah. He's like, look to the right. There's an old lady out there. I said, yeah, she's smoking, yeah. Fucking go in there, bro. Like, the dude is fucking very bizarre, bro.
Yeah, well, we went turkey hunting.
Someone got shot at.
Somebody got shot at. But I think, we went turkey hunting this weekend. And we went with Michael Waddell. And so, you bring up a picture of Michael Waddell there, Riley Mao.
Back there beating off, huh?
I don't know if he's that guy, really. Let's get to a picture there of Michael Waddell. Bro, that's Mikhail Whittle, okay? That is not how you fucking spell. There we go. We went out there with Michael Waddell. And now this dude hates turkeys. Is that okay to say?
He's the Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, he's Osama Butterball Laden, dude. This guy. So we get out there. What'd you think of it, man? What'd you think of the hunting?
Well, I thought it was, I thought it was 50-50. It was 50% fun, 50% very, very boring. Terribly boring. Yeah, 50% really fun. And Michael's also, like, set it up like the #1 turkey hunter in the, I guess, world.
Oh, yeah, this guy could, this guy could just shoot an arrow into the air and it would land in a turkey.
He won, like, a competition of turkey calling nationals.
Yeah, he's like one of the best turkey callers ever. So he's got that verbal on him. You know, he's definitely, he's like the Pavarotti of turkey callers. So he gets out there, so you kind of setting up, and then he's like in the distance, he's like, do it, see if you can do it.
Or whatever.
But I like wholesome, dude.
She goes to church twice every Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
What ethnicity? Like what church ethnicity is she?
What do you mean?
Like what?
I've never heard church ethnicity.
You know, denomination. Sorry. Oh, I see. Dress too. Last year.
What do you have this dress about?
Let me think.
Do you want to wear headphones or no?
Oh yeah, you want to put them on? I didn't see you had yours on.
I feel like I'm alone here. Headphone land.
Yeah, it is weird, huh? It's like when you put a condom on and then the other person's just still looking at their phone. You're like, oh, this is weird. And the person, I mean, is a woman, too.
I have a bone to pick with you, may I?
You do? Oh, God. Is this about you guys catching Brendan online or something?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with... It has nothing to do with the internet. It has to do with you and I, dude. It has to do with you and I, dog. Right? Really? In our friendship, dude. So check this out, playa. Okay? The other night, I meet a fine lady.
at the comedy store. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what they are. Mm-hmm. They're nice. And we're talking. She's like, I know you're a comic. Oh, yeah, yeah. And she goes, I'm a big steel pom pom. Really? You know him? I go, yeah, I mean, some of our clips have become viral and shit. See, I haven't seen them. And I go, well, I can call him right now. So I'm on speakerphone. I call one of the numbers. No. This phone is disconnected. Call the other one. No. This phone is disconnected. None of the numbers work. And then I look at your name on it, and it's green, which means it's disconnected. Yeah. Right? Now I'm thinking, you have a new phone number, right? Yeah. right. Yeah. Guess what, bud? I don't want it. You don't? No. Okay. I don't want it.
have to put a hints in to get your bones out.
Oh. You're a doctor?
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Why? That's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Because I got this.
Oh. The strong guy, huh?
What that?
Get in there, big dog. All right. Oh, wow, huh?
You know what they say? You get out, what you put in. I'm 2 steps ahead, I'm being a step ahead. New game, same dedication. No ads, never. I don't even need Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Whoa.
Brother, you okay?
Yeah.
I got you, homie. Whoa. It's a lot, huh? You can cover my eyes with this, you know? It's too much.
How is it in Nashville, by the way? Is it, good vibes? Is it like...
It's quiet. You couldn't cheat on your wife there.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Good.
I think it's
Wait,
that.
do you practice the dark art of eating spicy food or no?
Actually, I got a pepper stuck in my ear when I was young. And, there's a lot of ways people naturally take peppers into the body, dude.
Right.
When you take it through that, past that lobe, over that freaking lobe, baby, that's
some absorbent tissue in there.
Oh, dude. You never really hear the same, and you always hear fire trucks after that. You hear people crying, you hear the devil walking, once you've had that burn inside of it. Looking for turkeys?
Well, D.E. was like, I saw some gobblers over there.
Yeah, so there's another guy that was with us, and he's like I guess he's like a land man, he kind of is like a, part man, part myth. He kind of hangs out at the camp, this fellow named D.E. was his name. And that's not I guess it's not a whole name, but he gives you half of it, you know what I'm saying? He keeps his cards close.
Yeah, you kept saying dyslexic Ed.
Well, I don't know what it stood for. I thought it was Ed, but he had the letters tangled up. But, so we get out there, and then we're riding off, and D.E. goes, I think I've seen a couple gobblers. Okay? And, so gobblers are turkeys, I guess, right? So there's always everybody saying, oh, there's a couple gobblers right around that bend over there.
It's a buzzword for sure.
Yeah, it's a buzzword, dude. You're an advocate. Well, dude, a lot of black people, and I will say this, because this is really factual. I spend a lot of time around, in the dark arts, and I don't mean, that's not black people in general, that's...
The dark
That's
art.
voodoo, that's black magic.
That's everything. Black magic.
That's New Orleans, son.
That's the underground.
Louisiana.
Yep.
I grew up in a mixed neighborhood, dude, and black people don't really know. They don't
What are you talking about? The controller
differentiate
driver?
between indoors and outdoors.
What do you mean,
Outdoors
Bill?
can be indoors, dude.
What do you mean?
Outdoors can be indoors. Black person, you can put them outdoors, and you put them indoors. Same volume levels, same speed.
There's no inside voice.
There's zero inside
There's
voice.
no etiquette when you go indoors.
Well, they just don't. I don't believe in like a lot of structures and I don't want to say woodwork, but I want to say overall that the difference between indoors and outdoors when it comes to most.
It's so incredibly vague.
I don't want it. I don't ever want it. But I want to, and also that girl. Really? Yeah, I felt foolish. And she laughed at me. She goes, "You don't have his number." And I go, "You know what, lady?" He was right. I thought,
She wasn't lying.
She was right. He sounds like an honest woman. Yeah, she is right. Do you ever use the N-word, dude?
Yeah, with my friends.
Yeah, man.
Don't
be out people. You're not getting that. Take it easy, Morgan Wayland.
say like you're hanging out with somebody, right? And you guys are different ethnicities or whatever. Say you're hanging out with like a Muslim. All right? Okay. Well, say someone... Pass. Say somebody's hanging out with a Muslim. All right, you know, let's. Okay, I'm hanging out with a Muslim. I know a couple. So I'm hanging out with like Fahim Anwar. Okay, yeah, right. So, and somebody drives by in a truck, right? Because it's always a truck. I guess it's always a truck. It always is. And yells out, "Get out the street, Slim!" They call them Slims a lot of times. Wait. They call them Muslims. I feel like you make shit up, dude. I've never heard anyone go, "What's up?" Like after 9/11, those Slims, bro. They never said that. Bro, it's interesting. I wonder if I'd be a good Muslim or not. I don't know.
You ever thought about doing it?
I think you have to be born into it. You can just do it.
I think you can just do it.
Yeah.
Oh. Would you try it?
Maybe. I tried keto for like, I guess almost a month.
Mm-hmm. It kind of makes you smell bad.
Which one?
Keto.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You got that guy. You have Matt Rife, who's like the most handsomer comedian that they've ever even made. And some people say he's an NPC or something, or
He's a what?
doing something for Biden or whatever.
What? Jesus Christ, is that what Matt looks like? I see this is like the second time I've seen him. I'm like,
Yeah, and look, I don't even want to see that much. Honestly, I've never seen that much of any man.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's,
But you don't have handsome, I mean, look at this, dude. He's resting. He's getting a little rest in on his muscle.
No, you know what? This is a good one to bring up because it works with him doing what he's doing. In other words, like if you go, I'm gonna pose like this and like I don't know, man. Like you could try, but it's probably working for him because it's a unique thing where he's authentically being himself. I think he is
that guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
He's both a good-looking kid and he's quick and witty and funny, and it all works.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if like most dudes that look like that are not that funny.
Yeah. Right. No joke. I love. Dude, when I was young, my dad, he lived by like I want to say like I guess it was like kind of like an Asian guy or whatever.
You could say that.
You could say it. Okay.
Yeah, if he was Asian, you could say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Say that.
Yeah. He would sing. The guy was like fresh off the bottom or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
And he would
bottom of the boat. There's probably different layers of the boat. You're on the bottom of the boat.
I don't know where you.
Fresh off the bottom, or like at the bottom of the sea.
I don't know. I don't know a ton of. Here's all I remember about the guy. He would sing to his child, right? But he had a. He would sing that song. It was like, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy gonna buy you broken omelet." Like he would always have the word wrong.
Oh, different. Yeah.
And he would sing to his son, but he had the wording wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the Dark Art Store is going to Australia in May.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most, and what are you scared of?
Well, I'm scared of the snakes. You know, 8 of the most 11 dangerous snakes ever live in Australia because they network. You know what I'm saying? You think they all just ended up there? So, you know, it's not a big issue. I think people don't spend enough time with real-ass animals. A lot of these animals out here are bullshit, trained imports, fake-ass little Dalmatians and shit. Some gay man that lived out of park by me used to put spots on his dog. Bitch. Get it together, brother. Yeah.
You got a white dog. You put spots on him. You're fucking stupid.
You're stupid,
bro. This is hilarious.
You're stupid, man. I'm just telling you about what happened.
Why would the guy put...
I don't know. I'm another man. I don't know about people like that. If somebody's spotting his own pet, bro, I'm out. You know?
How would you not know whether or not he smoked a cigar?
Well, I used to work at this business company. I worked at this insurance company. I did paperwork, not paperwork, but I like mailed papers for them. and like mailings, I guess. I guess that's paperwork. Yeah. And they made a lot of nice cigars in there.
And you may or may not have smoked.
I feel like he tried to teach you one time. Oh, I feel my heart shaking. Is that always like it is?
No, your heart doesn't shut.
Young animal.
And we didn't say this, but the sound is like, so it's basically a horny bird.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be a hen. We're pretending to be a hen.
Right.
Trying to seduce a horny
turkey. Right, that's like, say you're at a rest area, right? And you go in there's some dude out there smoking.
I'm pretty sure out of all your friends, okay, I was probably the least amount of person that would text you and harass you. What do you think about things?
Yeah, communicate with me?
Yeah. So why wouldn't I, I'm not going to be intrusive or bother you in any kind of way. I would never,
I didn't think you needed the number.
That's what I thought.
It's good defender.
That's a really good defense. What do you think, Judge?
That's good.
That's pretty good. Do you have a rebuttal? I do need it.
Interesting.
Like the area code?
He'll hide the rest of it.
Why you assume 213? No, you're in Nashville, right?
So I'll hide the rest around town.
Right. You know what? Hide one number at the Improv. Hide one number at Pink Taco. Right? A couple somewhere else.
How are you gonna know the
At
order?
Tim Dillon's house. Tim Dillon's a big house. Tim Dillon's house.
One number at a porn addiction meeting.
I'll hide two numbers. All right.
Yeah, never in the world has there been a better time where you could literally set a phone up in your yard. That's crazy. And start a carnival.
Yeah. You could.
For the whole world. You could literally say, hey, Mom, come out here. Hit her with something, right? Next thing you know, you're on tour.
Yeah. They'd be like, do you know this guy? He's fucking wild. Yeah. He paralyzed his mother. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, me and Bad Friend, we did some shows. We were in, one of them, like
Columbus?
One of them places. No, we were in Pittsburgh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a show.
Sorry, Pittsburgh boy.
And back from now. Mom's gonna get your Playboy subscription. Is that Pittsburgh?
Yeah, you come down from there. All right. Dude, the funnest thing though, I would text like 9 numbers in a group, just random numbers, and I would be like, Randall just won first place, bro. And I just found a picture of just Google like Asian boy with trophy, and found like a random picture of like an Asian kid with a trophy, and I'd send it to everybody, and people would be like, good for him, and then somebody would be like, who the fuck is Randall? And somebody else would be like, take me off of this chain, you know? And I'm like, oh fuck, Tommy, I want to you guys to support this kid, man. So you know, all these people fucking arguing about this fictional Viet with this trophy, you know? Beautiful. And that's my America, really, you know?
I never smoked crack.
You didn't?
Well, I mean, I'm a crack baby.
Was one of your parents on crack when you were conceived, you think?
Yeah, I told you that. They met at a crack house, Theo.
That's cool, dude.
That's so cool, man.
I met a girl at Subway once, but not the same, but we both had a fucking little bit of sandwiches, so she gave me a beach. You know? What about, did you ever see
That's it.
Alright, you have to meet one of my friends.
Yeah.
My friend Bobby Lee, you ever know him?
Yeah.
He's Japanese. He's a Japanese guy. Have you ever met an Asian guy?
No.
That's funny. I think I'm gonna go Chinese. I might go Chinese, go full Chinese. But is it too late?
No.
Because so many people know me as Korean.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, wait.
What do I need to, okay, let me ask you.
People think that I like a little
Jet Li?
No, like a little fucking amphibian. Or
This as well, but I'll tell you something, dude. If you're fucking, the top of your hair looks like the fucking back of a duck's ass. And everyone knows it. And I tell you what, and everyone knows it, and people go, sometimes I'm at the comedy store and I hear, the back of a duck's ass. When you walk by, that's what I hear. Right?
Dude, sometimes you'll go by and like 4 other ducks.
Ducks will walk by, yeah, they'll go like this, and come wild like this.
And then also the thing about turkeys is, dude, these turkeys, they're 2 years old, bro.
Well, they're fully mature. That's what he told me. I don't know. He said, 2 years old, he's ready to die. That's what he said.
But can he buy? So he can serve his country, but can he buy a beer? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just felt that was the part for me that was a little sick. Like what if there was a 2-year-old kid out there, you're hiding in the distance, right, making sounds, you know, like, oh, give me that back, you know, or no, it's nap time. You start making shit, and he comes over, and then you shoot him with a fucking gun.
Birthday party. Birthday princess party. Birthday princessasaurus party. Get everything for every party on Amazon. The 290 horsepower Kia K5 GT.
That's the part for me that wasn't that. Oh, man, it was like, you do all this trickery to get them to come over, and then they're only 2 years
It's deceptive. It's a deceptive business.
Yeah, and then you literally blow the
Yeah, but blew Bert's brains out.
I'm digging these. We're talking about glasses. Those work, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Are those regularly? Like you bust those out, or special occasions?
Yeah, I wear these actually disguise glasses. I'll wear them like if I'm in the airport or somewhere to kind of be a little more incognito, I guess. You know.
I mean, I don't think they have that effect.
Man, they are taking forever this morning. Holy crap.
I don't think I'd look over and like,
there's 5 o'clock waiting to get loaded.
I think I'd be like, that's the o'clock.
Yeah, maybe I get maybe I gotta get them tinted or something. But
yeah, because just to be clear, you did say I have some sunglasses.
Yeah.
And those are not.
Oh, you wear these? I'll wear them in the sun. It sucks.
Oh, those suck?
Oh, yeah.
Those suck. Sunglasses?
I would say, yeah. I wouldn't put them on a baby.
Have you explored why you think they suck as sunglasses?
I haven't really gotten into it, but it's not. I think a lot of it is more me pretending that they work.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
Yeah, dude. Amazon truck drivers versus Eskimos. I mean, that could be a good war. Anyway, you and I are cut up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? My legs are gone. Oh. Right? I feel like you would go, I think you come back for me.
Yeah, I put you on my back. You know?
Put it on your back, like a backpack?
Backpack, yeah. Backpack. And, hey, this is my friend, Backpack. Yeah. Yeah. One time, this guy, I knew was having sex with this girl, and, like, the rest of us were just kind of being lonely outside of his room. And, we went on the balcony.
I'm picturing you. How many guys are outside of the room being lonely?
3 guys.
So one guy's in there getting his freak on, and everybody else is outside.
Oh, the sound, yeah. And because of the sound, you feel so much fucking lonelier, you know? So, it's been good.
I'll tell you something. I forgot to tell you.
Whoa. Sorry. You wanna fucking finish this shit?
Yeah, we will.
I'll drop you off at a VFW and fucking let it all finish.
I met a girl at the store, beautiful brunette, right? And we're talking. She about a drink. And she
Oh, yeah, this little Raquisto, huh? Sorry. That's Spanish. I'm on
very good.
Yeah, and I'm taking a beginner.
I go. So I go. She goes, I went on a couple days with Theo Vaughn, she said. Just hear me out. And then I go, well, what happened? She said, I don't know, we just kind of lost touch and stuff, right? So I'll take you out. She goes, no.
And then what you do is just stand there?
I just got up and left.
Oh, wow, that's good.
It broke me.
Why? Because you date me, not just these girls that would date you and not me.
I don't think so. I think there's more of this than the other, you know? But when I honestly,
So you guys don't
I
still ever have
I think,
crossover?
no, we don't have crossover.
I don't.
Dude. You got Theo?
What are we here now? Looks get you one more, baby. Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Well, dude, I'll notice sometimes my neighbor has a cat, right? They got some kind of a white cat.
I hate cats.
Yeah.
They got some kind of white cat. I feel like cats belong to white people and the Illuminati.
Well, and single freaking women who just,
Yeah, the cat lady.
But what were you saying about the cat?
I will notice, dude, honestly, and I don't do boarding.
Morning, man. West Springfield Drive.
Forbidden criminals. I can't imagine waking up and just spraying out the beginning of the day. Yeah. I would be heartbroken all day.
Try it.
But I'll notice if I have done that in the past, if I see my neighbor's cat, because my neighbor's cat will wait out there for me to come out of my door. And I don't know if I don't know what their behaviors are like in their head, but he will wait out there for me to come out of my door and just kind of see what my vibe is. And I'll notice I will feel more fear if I've masturbated before I've left the house when I see that animal. Then if I come out, I'm fired up and my nuts are full and I'm coming out, carrying.
That's the incredible thing I've ever heard.
You like to come out with a loaded gun.
So the cat determines your day. The cat, how you react to the cat, like depending on how full your balls are, you're going to react to that cat in a different way.
Well, rarely have I ever masturbated in the morning. My habit happens at night, and it's just late at night, and I don't know what's wrong with me. But if I do it in the morning and I go outside, I notice that I feel inferior to that animal.
Nobody's talking about Christmas.
Yeah, when I went to set in the car, it was just me and
Thank you.
Quick,
I do.
like a petting shop. D, I would say he's kind of probably 60 to 66. He's had a good bit of sun on. The sun knows him.
Can I move that cone for door 2?
The sun knows him, and he knows the sun.
What do you think he wears?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think if he was going to go out for like a stay or something.
Still can't mind. What did he say? We're talking about Adam and Eve.
Okay, so we're at the house. I think you were outside, and I was sitting inside. And everyone had been talking. It was kind of a situation where we were all moving around, going outside, take a break from the conversation, go back out. And he walked in. I think he had just dropped this bomb on you guys, and he liked the reception you got outside, so he came in. He's like, I gotta get out of there. They're talking, they're going way too deep. And I was like, what are they talking about? And then he just dropped it on me too. It was kind of a good point. He was like, all right, so the Bible. He's like, you're out. All right. Yep, he did.
Buddy, you got that confirmed.
Ready for shingle, bro? Check out the place to make sure it's clean and all dirty about you.
In heaven, I don't think Jesus has arms in heaven. But he might, reachers on my bed. I bet he got some arms.
The Icon T10 professional scanner is a cutting-edge diagnostic tool that features 10.1-inch high-definition stylus, high-resolution USB video voice recorder, wireless 12-volt battery, starter, and charger tester, and a fast-charging docking station with USB-C and USB-A ports. Advanced topology mapping displays communication structure and module status. Features live data monitoring and graphing, reading clear trouble codes, and performs special functions, bidirectional testing, resets, and reloads. Includes 1 year of TrueFix OEM repair information and automotive diagnostic aid software. Get yours today. Harbor Freight.